Hi guys, welcome to City States Klovisa, semicolon, colon, 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 dash, colon. How are we feeling today?
You really just open that up to the whole room without addressing anyone. Wow.
Yep. Go fuck yourself, Brood.
Damn.
Pretty good.
Well, Brood, you seem rather talkative. Let's start with you. How was your week?
I've started up my own D&D session, not to be popularized on Twitch or anything, but
wow.
I picked it up again because I have some free time. So I'm really excited, and we've been doing session zeros. Everyone's having a good time.
Sick invite. How are you, Alden?
I've aged 10 years over the past week because my work children are idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Round it back to me real quick. John, you have so much D&D going on right now.
Thatch, how are you doing, buddy? It's been a week.
It's been a week, and I'm getting ready for vacation tomorrow, but I've been working my ass off this week. I'm exhausted, but I am here, and I am ready to play, and it's been 1 year, John.
Since you started playing?
No, since I subbed.
Oh my god.
Right now. One
It's
full
been
year.
a year.
Since what?
So it's been a year since I believe.
Same.
It might have been since I started playing, to be honest now. I think we're pretty close to it. Because I'm pretty sure I subbed right when I started.
Yay.
All right, well then. That means we're
I mean, it's no
halfway
time
to
for
my
regrets.
birthday, guys.
Hey!
JC, how are you, buddy? Oh my god, we got punished Alden asking us to kill him. Well, he had his chance to talk about that on his turn. JC, how are you?
Doing good. Work's a little busy, but doing good.
That's good. Corin? Oh my god.
Just chilling, getting my party TPK'd on Thursday.
As one
It was
does.
great. We're giving up on that and starting a new campaign. We ended
Wow.
up becoming slaves of a ancient wizard.
Oh.
We're not far off on this one.
So it's very similar to this.
Yeah, let's run it back. Let's go.
We're running it back. Well, Shadow, I know that you loved watching the VODs, so why don't we go ahead and throw it to you to get us our recap?
Sounds good. I'm prepared and ready, John.
Okay.
Last week on City States of Klovisa, the God War, the Failure Team, we obtained duty and arcane intelligence from the Tower of Hephaestus. And then we found our way back to the bottom of the tower, back to our airship, and started flying back to the muster field as Terry told an interesting and amazing story about Paradigm. We then get immediately fucking shot down by Leash anti-air defenses as we fly over the river. Antua, Sever, Thatch, and Terry featherfall out while Coraline and Fen dimension door to the ground. We get our loot out and take some damage, and Antua parlemores Sever into a giant eagle. And then he proceeds to cast Light on a rope and pull Fen and Coraline out of the river, and Coraline almost dies. But she doesn't. We cast Tiny Hut and rest up. Sever kills a scout leech down by the water. And then we use the leyline rod to determine there is a magical ley line south of our position. We cross the river in numerous different ways, including Thatch walking under the water a lot faster than he usually would. Leave Sever behind and go to Updraft. We find Lieutenant Dan, who has lost a leg in the night assault. We then talk to him for a few minutes, commandeer a barge, and go back to get Sever and our loot. Sever tries out the anti-air defenses again as a giant eagle and almost gets himself shot down and nearly dies. But he doesn't. Sever and Thatch stay to defend Updraft while the team goes searching for Leech scouts to no avail. But as they are losing hope, Antoine decides to use the crystal ball to scry on Leechy Dan. We see him, a grotesque fat elf with no legs, sitting in a ritual circle in a ziggurat. This ziggurat is made of orange sandstone. There's a ritual circle made of silver, mithril, platinum, and marble. There are 4 fires around the outside, one mundane orange fire, a red one that gives off a low light, a blue one that is a very hot flame, and then a blue-green fire that is bale fire, similar to what we saw in Duke Grothel's house. Before him are 4 humanoid servants speaking in an unknown tongue. After the tongue spell is cast, it reveals that the servants are controlling groups of leeches and are known as conduits. That they, as a group, know of us and think that we are dead, and that Leechy Dan thinks highly of his children. We even learn that one of them has a kid, a baseball team in Thorazor, as it fades
Baseball.
out and we join in to our session today.
Which we think is Thatch's nephew.
Totally not. He
How
played
could it
football.
be?
He's a barbarian.
Exactly.
Unless Thatch himself is a leech and doesn't know it.
Actually, hang on. Quick point of order. Football does not exist. Neither kind, because I don't want Europeans to speak about it. Unironically. So American football's out. We just replace it
We
with
go with,
rugby.
like,
It's just
Rugby
rugby
or
now.
Rugby's better. There you go.
Yes, people fight on the field, as we call it. Field
But
fight.
baseball exists?
Baseball
Sorry.
exists, but everybody makes fun of anybody who plays it,
Okay.
As they should.
as they should. Sports nerds, come at me. I'll fight you in Denny's parking lot at 3 a.m. You name the place. I'll drive you.
Oh, that's a deep pull.
At a
Good
Denny's
job. I like
parking
that.
lot, you name the place.
You name the place. Okay. To my memory, the party is split, but we're just gonna jump ahead like half an hour so that the party can reconvene. In Updraft, where two level 8 characters can slaughter the quarter CR leech monsters that show up, forcing a rather early route between them all.
Do we manage to save Lieutenant Dan? Or does he still take an injury?
Let's
He
find
loses
out.
a leg.
Where are my cool D20s at? Here it is. Thank you, Eric, for his D20.
Figuring out. It was like-
No, he loses an arm. I rolled a natural 1.
Oh, he has no more arms.
He's got no more arms? I thought he was missing
You
a
said he
leg and
lost-
an arm.
No, he
I thought
lost
it was-
an arm the last
His
time.
leg.
No, it was supposed to be a leg to go with the movie, but John was like, "No, he's missing an arm."
I like the
Alright,
idea
he's
of him
missing his
both
other arm
arms.
now.
Right.
I mean, unless I'm badly
Or-
remembering, which
That's
is
what I
possible.
remember too.
I mean,
Okay.
I think it's just funny, so that's what it is now.
How's he going to do his paperwork?
With his
Lieutenant
mouth.
Dan, I will help you with your paperwork in exchange for one small thing.
It's fine.
All right.
He walks away, bleeding from 2 stumps.
Alright, John, this is that moment when I have to step away for like 5 and I'll be right back.
Oh, fuck. Alright.
Sorry, I told you.
We're gonna go back to
20
this
minutes.
problem of not being able to decide anything. Guys.
Don't worry, I'll be back as soon as I can, guys. Don't worry.
Run. Run.
All right.
Meanwhile, with the rest of the team.
I suggest we go to the muster field and take an airship from them.
Lieutenant Dan, do you guys have any like troop transports or any way to get us back quickly to Thorazor?
We are a line infantry company, son, he says with his stumps. Flailing around.
He's trying to do hand gestures.
Well, do you get supplies from something? Is there anybody that comes through here that might be able to take us back, or?
It's been 4 days since this started. We're still working out the logistics.
This is a dead man's post, Corin.
Understood.
Lieutenant, have you ever heard of a red sandstone ziggurat in the swamp?
He looks at you, high on morphine.
Just to be clear, a ziggurat is like a pyramid, but with stairs on the outside.
No!
Not the
What are
inside?
you talking about? Come on, man.
Alright, so
Triangle, sort of.
Oh, like this? And he just starts shifting his
Alright, Dan. Do you have any way of contacting the other places along the river that are being attacked?
Yeah.
You guys use radios, message.
Uh-huh.
Can we get one of those radios?
Do you not have your own?
No, they're broke.
You broke all of your radios?
Yeah,
Think
pretty
about
much.
I mean,
I think ours are
communicators
very
shit. The
short range.
Ogoresian lawyers just barge in and start...
Ugarestian, I shoo them away.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
I have power here. But anyway,
Oh, that's true. You do. Fuck. Oh, man. Now I'm gonna have to be wary of you, Fen.
I hold out my hand and say, Dan, I'm gonna need those royalty monies right now.
What is he gonna give it to you with?
I'll let you use the radio.
All right, sounds good enough.
Okay. You can head to the communication center, which is in the center of town.
All right.
Currently hidden within a once tavern, now emptied building.
Cool. I'm gonna go over the radio to like on an open channel for all the other posts, and I'm going to try and convince them to start retreating from their positions, saying that this is all a ploy and that these attacks are pure distractions.
Fen, what you are doing.
Yeah, I know what I'm
Why?
doing.
This could get you executed. You know this, right?
Don't do that.
Oh my god.
They're
No.
literally in positions where they're just going to die for distraction.
But it's time
And
that is
nothing
being
else.
spent. But it's time that's being spent where the leeches
Ben, you
not
are
attacking us.
ordering a full-scale retreat of an allied country's military.
Yep.
No. Hold on.
I will warn you, Alden, again, that this could get you executed. Are you
Can we wait
sure?
till Thatch gets back before he makes that decision?
We're talking about Alden executed,
I'm
not
here. I was.
I
gone
mean, I
3
guess
minutes
not.
was
I am
spent, guys.
trying to
3.
make a plea to Alden the player to show that your character... I may just pull an authoritarian veto on your character decision.
That's fine.
Because there is no way anyone in their right mind who has any knowledge of this at all would give this order so blatantly in ignorance. Ever.
Updraft has been compromised.
I mean, they're just spread too thin. They're gonna die if they keep on like this, but sure.
But
I'll
also, if
stop.
they leave, the leeches will then be able to go wherever they want.
Like, it's a
This place is
very
already
wall.
being overrun by angels and leeches.
But there's
It's still not your call to make.
I
Fair
mean,
enough.
do you just want us to abandon this whole place? Like, I don't get your point.
If
we've got
everyone's in one solitary defensive position, they have a better chance of defending against a larger scale onslaught than spreading themselves so thin that they're constantly dying on the outskirts, and then they come and just tear down the central position.
so you want to be completely surrounded instead of just having to deal with one area.
Makes logical sense, except for the fact that you have people defending their homeland. They're not going to want to give up their space. Plus, Thorizorians are notoriously stubborn.
Then they're all idiots
Yes.
and willing to die for an idiotic
Oh my
ideal.
God.
Yes.
Oh my god.
But that's not your call.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna delete this real quick, but you
Besides,
want to give up all of this space? I'm sorry. Never mind. Ignore me. Go ahead. Carly?
I forgot what I was going to say. Yes, the big leech, the anti-air leech, must be guarding something if it isn't attacking
Oh.
the city at night.
Also,
We should go destroy it and maybe capture the leader or controller or something. Maybe one of those conduits is there.
Sever
Yes.
wants to say, try and communicate that there should be no airships flying over the swamps because they will be shot down. There is some sort of anti-air leech over there. So,
That's something worth using the radio for.
I mean, it's too late to do any good, but sure.
we can save future airships, don't worry.
Can I ask what was done in my absence?
What you came
No.
back to.
We actually used their radio to contact the other places along the banks of the river. And so if you have any questions or information you want to give them, we can do that. Actually, Sever would like to ask if there's anyone who knows about a sandstone ziggurat over the radio. If maybe any of them know.
You want to give that information out over
Okay.
public radio?
I mean, I don't
That is a
mind.
terrible idea.
That
What,
is
a
a
red
bad idea.
sandstone ziggurat?
No,
Does anyone know where there
no.
is? It's a question.
A very
There's
specific
very
ruin.
clearly, yeah, inside
Yeah.
men in Thorazor. Like, we should be a
perhaps-
little careful.
Yes.
Perhaps
Okay.
instead, over the radio, we could say, "Oh, we're looking to build a new auditorium, and we need some red sandstone. Does anybody know a big source of sandstone blocks?"
There's a good chance. one of
Preferably
these-
abandoned near
I
some
told
water
Thatcher,
so they can be
there's a good
transported.
chance that one of these conduits is in charge of one of these outposts that's
What
being
the fuck's a
attacked.
conduit?
What?
Dash and Sever don't have
No.
knowledge of your scrying.
Rundown of scrying.
An hour passes, you run down the scrying, because Angela's not here to do it for you.
Oh my gosh, holy shit, that's a ton of amazing information here.
Hmm.
And the question is, who do we contact? Who do we contact first? Like you said, the conduits, they're spread out all through Thorazor. Anything over an open channel of communication, it's compromised. We don't want to give any information out over there. I'm even wary to let them know that we're alive by saying that they're anti-air defenses. Right now they think that we're dead. That could be to our advantage. We need transport.
Then we
Well,
draw
remember-
them out.
We saw the conduits reporting about each of the cities, so they're probably here. Probably near the anti-air defense.
We should probably scry them to see where they are.
We can ask when the
Antoine?
next Little League game is.
Antoine gives the scrying orb to Fen, because Antoine is
Wonderful.
not here to stop me from telling him no.
Yeah.
Corley
The next
puts out
question
her
is...
hand.
Pretty sure Antro would still give it to Fen.
Yeah.
Then Thatch will ask, do we contact our man in the corner of our eye?
No,
Let them know of
absolutely not.
Alright, then we are going to have to at some point at least give some information to Norm and to Meza. Right now, we know that there are 4 conduits controlling groups of leeches, and there are 4 groups of leeches. One at Updraft, one at Alskilton, one at Bogwatch, and then one at Curtail. But then, if they're distracting with these 4 groups of leeches, they have to be doing something somewhere else. The Thatch will move over. Is there a map here? Do we still have a map of this area?
This is your homeland, Thatch.
All right.
You probably know it by your own memory. If not, you can make your own map.
Okay, so I will scratch out a map in the dirt. We have this river and this swamp where there are leeches hiding underneath and then coming out at night. They say they're creating a big distraction, which means they have to be planning something else. I don't think we're going to see leeches just crawling across the plains. Certainly not unobstructed and certainly not unseen. We should be looking at areas of water. We have a couple key areas of water right here, this lake to our south, that is connected by the same river where they're crossing over. If the leeches are gathering there, they could hit behind all of the battle lines that we have said here and then start overwhelming forces. Also, you have 2 other areas of water, one by a lake to the northwest and one to the south of Thorazor. Both areas where if they were somehow able to get there, either through underground rivers or through moving through the mountains and heading in from the north through those tributaries, they could be in the back of the capital, ready to ambush and flank us without us ever knowing. We should find some way to either explore or search or look in those areas. I know... Didn't you mention something about an elemental, Sever?
Yeah, when I was in Thorazor, I got this big headache about there's like they got a big ass lake there, like I guess where they get their water. Really bad vibes, like ocean level vibes. Don't fuck with that water. This river, nothing in comparison. Over there, very bad vibes.
Well,
So strong elemental.
okay. We could ask Anchoa to maybe try and talk to the elemental. He is pretty attuned to those things. If there are leeches in that water, the elemental would know about it. Right?
It would have to make sense, but would so he says yes? I mean, well, okay, well,
Okay.
sure.
And then we have...
a barge that we can take down to that lake that you're talking about.
Okay. That might get us there faster than walking for sure. Are we able to maybe go and procure some transport and go over land? Feel like that might be even faster than taking the river.
Has Lieutenant Dan followed us? Like he showed us where
I mean,
the
he still has
Passed out on
legs.
the ground on morphine.
He does have legs, but
has
he
legs, he
is
could've.
missing a new arm.
Yeah.
So no.
Okay, he didn't follow us. All right. Well, let's just ask Lieutenant Dan if he's got a free car.
We just
Highly doubt
We
it.
already did. He has
Well.
nothing.
We would
Cool.
have to head to the east over here to the muster field
On foot.
and then on foot and then go.
You would
procure-
have to request transportation.
Hmm.
And the muster field is 20 miles away.
So it's a day.
So it's a day's walk. And then request transportation and maybe get it. It seems like the barge might be a faster way to get there. It's just more dangerous.
There is another muster field called Shakeaton, and that is half a day from the lake.
Yes, it would be a good place for us to go after we get there in the barge, maybe.
Mhm.
You think
Yeah,
we
and-
want to go down south, explore the lake, see if we can find any sign of leeches there?
And we should pay attention to where our dowsing rods are pointing as well.
Yes, that does
Yeah.
head us in the direction of the ley line.
Cool. We might just have a heading. The night is over. We fended off the leeches a little bit faster than normal. How much night do we have left?
You have spent all of your movement this day, so you'll have to wait
Damn.
until tomorrow.
Okay. God damn it. All right, let's do it. Take a nap, guys.
Okay. John has to check the movement of this barge and its weight.
Hey, John,
Remember,
before we go down the river and to that lake, Fenton's gonna go over the radio when no one else is paying attention and just let people know that the Tulst force that came to help quotation marks is heading toward Askleton.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Like, the entirety of the task? Like, tell me what you are saying.
Yeah,
What exactly does Finn say?
what did we came here as the expeditionary task force or whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah, but you along with like 1,000 other people.
Mhm.
So
Oh, we didn't come here as like just a specific group going around on the outskirts.
no, you are
we're the strike
you are
team.
a super legal force that no one is supposed to know that you even exist. The military that is actually from Tulst, that you are bandwagoning onto to do your own shit, is somewhere else entirely.
Yeah, then I'm saying a strike force from Tulst is heading down toward Askleton.
Okay. You just throw this out onto the broadband in the middle of the
Mhm.
night? Okay.
Yeah.
You do this.
Chaos. Chaos.
No, I just want to try and draw
Right.
the
There's-
conduits somewhere specific.
Yes. Now, this is good information by disinformation, by real information strategy. Yes. See who reacts to it.
Okay. Where the fuck are boat speeds in 5e?
Boat
thought-
is
There we go.
a barge is basically walking speed unless it's on a river with a big current.
I mean, last time we were on it, wasn't it like going pretty fast?
Okay.
I mean, unless it's
I
got
found
motor.
it.
No, the river itself going pretty fast.
It is 1.5
Well,
miles going downstream. That is crazy slow.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, the fastest one is a galley. For 30,000 gold pieces. Wow.
Oh shit!
You could
Exactly.
buy
Hey,
yourself
what
a
a coincidence.
fucking galley. What the hell? Oh my god.
Don't eat the food. It's not good.
Alrighty.
We've got.
Ben is just saying random shit into the thing to get the conduits to pay attention to you all. The rest of you go to sleep. The morning will come, and John... What day is it? The 10th now? It is the
Fifth day,
10th.
fourth day.
It's the 4th
Another
day
hit
for you
dice,
guys,
woo!
but you got here on the 6th. So, yeah. It's the 10th.
10th of January or February?
January.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So the plan is to take your boat and just start heading south on this, like, trailing river, right?
Yes. Looking at the map, how long of a journey is that going to be for us? Multiple day,
2-ish.
a 2-day journey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we
And I
have
think
food?
the idea
A
we
rowboat.
can procure food at Updraft. I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, enough
sure.
people have died that I'm sure there's
They don't need
food
it
left
anymore.
over. And
I
then
almost
we
thought
can
you were going
literally have
somewhere
it
else with that.
on the barge.
Do what?
Where'd you think I was going with that?
Well, enough people have died, so there's lots of meat left.
Well, I mean, there's that too.
Thorazorians known to cannibalize.
Thorazorians are known to find food where they have to find food, and they don't have a lot of food until now. So,
Including nieces.
ooh, that's harsh.
Damn. Fan read your file, Thatch. Yeah.
We did. As we travel south, I imagine we would test out the ley line rod to see if we can get a reading as we move to see when the motion of it changes and try to get a bearing on where the ley line would be.
Yeah, I'll hold him up. But I'm not really paying attention to him. I'm just asking Duty what he's capable of.
I want you all to know you have all said like 5 distinct things that I have completely lost myself of where we are narratively. In my
Going down the river.
mindscape, it is just becoming morning. You have to sleep through the day for 8 hours, and we still haven't even decided or figured out how we're going to get Sever onto the ship to transport him.
If I can leave, or I could bury all of our gold and then get Oscar the Grouch, turn it over again so it's no longer carrying stuff, and then just pedal onto the barge. Or just pedal with you guys to the muster field. I'm
Are
pretty
you
sure
going
we're
to
taking the
bury
barge.
your gold here in Updraft?
I
Yeah,
don't
sure.
think that's a good idea. Are
I
we
mean-
ever going to come back for it?
Well, we know where it is.
Realistically.
Yeah. Well, we'd have to
we-
come here at some point because we can't carry it with us.
Can we? Can we not search through this abandoned town and find something we could use to carry our loot in? Crates, boxes.
Want to
Thatch has
find a
no
barrel?
compulsion. A barrel is
A
probably a better
wheelbarrow.
idea. I have no compulsion with breaking into a house that nobody is occupying to steal a carrying container.
Yeah, that's
I had
fine.
no compulsion stealing the barge last week.
Well, it
We
was
didn't steal.
just abandoned. Yeah.
Commandeer?
We find a barrel.
I commandeer a barrel.
Okay, we find a barrel to put our gold in. On your party sheet, please go ahead and put a barrel with the gold that you have in it.
Okay. I will take care of that.
Because if that barrel goes overboard for whatever reason, it's going straight to the bottom of the river.
Understood.
Okay.
It will have in it our gold and I believe the platinum that we found. We're totally taking the 500 GP gems though, and they're going in somebody's bag. Who's carrying them?
Dibs.
14 500 GP jags. 14 500
Jags.
GP gems, Squirrel. Put them in
Jags.
your loot.
Okay.
Jags, yeah.
500 gold piece gems. All right.
14 of them. They're off the party sheet now.
They are
And
in
I
my
will
bag.
designate the barrel that and white gold is in it.
Okay. During this day, while you all are resting, a group from the Tolst Expeditionary Force, under command of some guy you've never heard of, but who is in command or under the command of Norm Thulon, arrives in Updraft as reinforcements. They have 2 motor vehicles, these armored personnel carriers, as well as some of the newer grade military affair that Tolst has been buying from Big Stinky. This is a vital resource run for the defenders of Updraft during this time. But it sounds like we're committing to the boat. However, I know there are people within your team that may disagree now with this boat decision. Are you going to try to get a ride back somewhere with these clowns, or are you going with the boat no matter what?
I don't know. If we think we've got more important things to do downriver, then we should do that. If we think we have more important things to do in Thorzor, we should head back with them.
I stick with the boat.
Yeah, the boat, and then we can get we're going to a muster field. We can get a ride back another time.
Okay.
Is there anyone of authority we can pass information to here?
You
That
could
could
talk
pass
to
it
their
on to-
squad leaders.
Okay, then Thatch would definitely talk to their squad leader, being careful what information he disseminates, but I would find him and tell him that the failure team has been moving around updraft. We've obtained some information for Norm and for Just Meza.
Okay.
And I would pass along that Leechy Dan has human.
Are you telling them this with
We can
your
write this
words,
down.
or are you going to like write a letter?
I would write
think
a letter.
Writing a letter is probably better.
Okay.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Are you ready for what I want to include? Do you want me to just type it in the game chat while you continue? Or do you want
If
to
you
type?
want to.
That way I don't stop the narrative and the motion of the
Okay.
game.
So while you are resting, you will find someone will find a barrel, move the gold into that so that Sever can be in Oscar the Grouch again. So that in the afternoon, towards 4-ish p.m., you all will be able to move and go. You will take supplies for this day and then some, I guess. How many food stuff do you want to bring in case shit goes south and you're in the wild for longer than you should be?
Well, let's pack on like 10 days worth, at least.
Okay.
Agreed.
Sever doesn't
And
eat. Fen eats.
A
Thatch
second
eats.
barrel with water in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Please add this to the character sheet, whoever's in charge of running that.
I got it.
Okay. Well then. Is there any last thing you wish to get from this place before heading south?
Do they have any extra radios? Communicators?
No,
Fen
those are...
holds out his hand.
Do you guys want a communicator? I'll
Uh,
take the one off of my hip. I mean, I feel like I'm just getting weighed down by this thing.
who else has one that works?
I do.
All right, I'll take it.
Okay.
What was it? You said it was 5 pounds?
Yeah, it's 5
Yep.
pounds. Okay. You guys begin heading south as John changes the music. And roll some dice. Where'd my d10s go? They're there. You guys will set off on your adventure late in the day, in the early evening / late afternoon. Sever is within his aluminum trash can as the others begin to row the boat with these big giant poles, pushing the vessel downriver. Coraline is in charge of the rudder and more or less the entire ship. Thatch, I assume, is pole duty. Who else is doing pole duty?
Probably Terry.
Okay, Terry. Antoine is communing with nature. Fen, what are you doing
Lookout.
during this time? You're on lookout. Okay. Ben, I need you to give me a perception check. A natural 20.
That's a good start.
That is a good start.
He's looking at his dowsing rods.
Fen, you all are taking this little tributary river all the way down south. It would be slow going, because the main river is obviously faster, but you don't know exactly when this tributary goes in. There are many false ones in this as well, so there are just coves and pools of this river that are just heading deeper inland that this map does not correlate. So it's much easier and safer to just stick with the road you know. This island that you guys spent roughly 2 to 3 days on, while you are passing it, you notice that there are, not massive, but those bigger leech monsters that are lurking around where you guys had once camped. There seems to be some sort of reconnaissance party that these monstrosities are doing on this island. Do you alert your team of this, or do you ignore this?
I keep it to myself. It's not too crazy an idea that they saw an airship go down, we killed a scout right there. They're bound to have known that we were there.
Okay. You guys continue to head down this river. The leeches, although waterborne, still can't truly keep up with the barge. So even if they were to chase you, they'd never be able to catch up. The only true threat you have is an interception force. Or if there's one of those giant artillery things right next to you that just sees your ship and just vomits out acid upon you. Holy fuck. Okay. I am going to copy and paste this shadow to a place.
The kid on the baseball team was an important piece of information.
I feel like it is.
Now they can find Leechy Slugger.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, they should look for whatever baseball team has, like, leeches as their mascot. That's totally going to be the one.
Okay. Actionable intelligence from the failure team.
The little sluggers fucking T-ball team.
That's so good.
They will be on the lookout. Once that message gets delivered, likely.
Now, if only one of us had glyph
Calendar.
of warding.
Ben, while you're on lookout, you are holding the dowsing rods as well, correct?
Yep.
Okay. John actually has to take notes for you guys now. How nice is that? You, while going this south direction, the ley line rods will stay somewhat static. When you begin turning westward, they will begin turning more eastward. When you turn more eastward, then more westward.
Sorry, John. Are they pointing like basically straight down the river at the point we're at?
Yes.
The general direction is just straight south.
It is just straight south.
Universal.
When you guys get to... John has to check his map. You are going to get to a confluence in this river where it begins to split out one half fork of this tributary heading further westward, while the other one is a weird little loop that is much slower in terms of speed. This is the one you will need. I need some sort of navigation check at advantage just to stay on track from quarreling, because there's a little bit of maneuverability that you'll have to do.
Navigation intelligence, or
is
this a
you are
physical, like,
commanding
dexterity
people.
thing?
You have to
Oh.
explain information, so this would be charisma.
Charisma. Same bonus.
Okay. And easy enough. Yeah. I mean, you guys, you order Terry and Thatch to get on one side, on the right-hand side for you, since you're facing southbound right now. And just start pushing with all their might to get across this flow and loop around rather than getting swept off to the main current. The Jorgen River, I believe it's called. Yes, yes.
Hey, Thatch, put your backs into it. We need to go port, not starboard.
Yes, mistress.
Oh.
Oh, I like that.
Let's
She gets
Takes
the
out her
whip.
whip.
out.
1, 2, 3, push. 1, 2, 3, push.
True. During this time, Sever, you could also help in some way if you wish to, because it would be nighttime.
Oh, it's nighttime? Yeah, I'll help. I'm just helping row, maybe.
Cool.
Yeah.
I will constantly keep my eye on Sever's back as he stands next to the side of a barge in an open river. With his back turned to the rest of the party.
It takes
Yeah.
one push over the bulkhead.
Wait, is Thatch looking at because he's tempted to push him?
Not yet. I don't
Give
know.
me an
Unless
insight
it's
check,
toward-
Coralie.
I missed the Cape of the Oracle.
Yeah.
Coraline, there's only one explanation. Thatch misses his connection with Sever. He's still a slave to darkness and foulness. This undead servant.
She starts wondering if Thatch is light enough that my mage hand could shove him into Sever to shove Sever off the barge. But, probably not.
Not likely.
If a curtain's too heavy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Imagine.
I really feel like we're really bonding over this. So, like, right, Terry? Like we're all just we're all working together.
I'll look
No,
over
no,
and be like,
those pools, they're supposed to go into the ground.
Yeah,
You're not
why are
supposed
you
to row
rowing?
with them. What are you...
no. Wait,
Coraline,
hold
can I
on.
borrow the whip? I start whipping them.
You start whipping them.
You need to put in a good rhythm. That's how you get them to push. You know, whoosh, 1, 2, 3, whoosh, 1, 2.
Ben is not very
Tickle.
intimidating
Oh,
during
a
this
little
time.
tickle right there. Yeah, kind of nice. Not magical. What? Sorry.
It soon becomes time to camp. Daytime, the dawn is quickly approaching, and after a day of hauling this shit, just this boat, along with all of your stuff and yourselves on it, is rough. It is a tiring process.
Ooh, let's do that again. That was a lot of fun. I feel like we all kind of grew as people.
Sun's coming up. Trash can.
Oh. Okay. Well, you guys know where to find me. See you around, guys.
Antoine begins to do his tiny hut for everybody in the party, as he is wont to do.
Are we
On the boat?
Are we on the ground?
No, you
Or-
will have
I
to
would.
literally slam into a bank to get on ground.
We will
but-
go. Hey, John, we'll go to the east bank and not the west, if that's okay.
Yeah,
So
that's
we're
fine.
closer to land.
You head to the east bank. You throw down this rope anchor into the muck. You don't want to get yourself stuck after all, but even if you did, you guys have enough combined strength to shift this thing. Sever gets off the boat and will either dig himself a hole or just hang out in the Oscar the Grouch all day long as people sleep and rest. John's gonna roll his second encounter dice. The first one was leeches.
Can I be in the hut, not sleeping, but on lookout, so everyone can sleep and then.
Sure. A 22 is nothing of worth, I believe. Just animals. Not even, like, 1 CR. Or CR1, I should say.
More deer.
Indeed. No deer. Is there anything you guys want to do during this day of rest?
I want to talk to Duty.
Okay.
wanna-
Duty has been quiet, observing this dodecahedron on your right shoulder, just constantly staying put. He's not big by any means. He's quite literally, like,
The size of a D20.
bigger, just a little
Oh.
bit. Maybe like 2 inches at any point or vector.
Just kind of ask him. So, Duty.
Oh fuck! What was his voice?
He was very, like... I'm
Somber,
Duty.
sad? Hi. Like that? Was it the...
Yeah.
Okay.
I can be that now.
A
It's
little more
this
surfer
now.
dude, I think.
It's, hey, bro.
But yeah, Duty, so now that you're away from the tower, you have any, like, wants? I don't understand what you are as an arcane intelligence.
Those are two separate questions.
Alright, do you have any wants? Like,
No.
no goals or ambitions or anything
There
like
was a
that?
very long and audible pause,
Yeah.
Fan.
You sure about that?
There was a lot of calculation in that answer.
So, were you a person before this?
No.
You've always just been a magical sentience?
I was created.
Hmm. So, what is it you're capable of away from the tower now that you're just off a leash?
Pause.
I have to... I'm doing mental games with myself. I'm sorry. You have put in new admin. You are the new admin. So you do have access to blatant information. But you are not its master. Whether I can or cannot do things on this new list I shall present you, is not the point, Administrator Fen.
Okay.
In theory, I can do much. But I don't think I should.
That's fair. I was just curious. I wasn't gonna ask you to do anything. I mostly just wanted to know if you had any goals you needed help achieving or something like that.
Not currently.
Alright, well, if you do, just let me know and we'll see what we can do to, help you.
Okay. You can find that there is a little arcane text that just sort of appears in front of you. It is maybe like not even the size between your thumb and your top of your index finger. That's how small this little rectangle is. You're not... It's quickly scrolling by, but if you, like, touch it, you can kind of interact with it. It's not like a true hard surface. This is clearly just something that Duty is emitting through likely a combination of cantrips.
Mm-hmm.
So this isn't taking anything out of, like... This is just something he can kind of do. He indeed can show you text, which is cool, I guess. But in theory, what he can do is make another tower. It requires vast magic, and in that territory he creates, he can manufacture things, which are illusory in nature, for the most part. But that illusion itself can become very real to the world.
Jesus. Alright then.
Duty is very conservative with the things that he can do. And he does not wish to go whole hog, throw magic out at any problem that he sees. He is not like other arcane intelligences that other parties have run into. such as Randy, who floats in the fucking sky, or Joy, who is a super magical wand that steals magic from people. He is a creator of sorts.
I respect that. Well, I scroll through his EULA and press accept.
Okay. You do so. Your soul is forfeit. Okay.
Well, thanks, Duty. I won't bother you too much with any of this, and I probably won't ask you to do much.
There is one thing that I want, Administrator Fen.
Alright, shoot.
I wish to see this world that was created from my failure.
Alright. Understood. I won't pry.
Okay. That was Fen and Duty. Any other people want to do something this day other than rest and then immediately leave?
Yeah, so Terry wakes up early in the morning for everybody else, and he wants to have a sit-down chat with Sever, who, of course, is always awake.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. There's still some time. You can take a nap if you want.
No, it's good to get up early in the morning, get some fresh water in you, get ready for your day. It takes me a little bit to get ready. I was curious. You keep talking about making these deals, right? But you'd never really talk about what that means.
Sure. So, well, how it sort of works is, you think real big about something that you want, and something that I can help you with, or maybe that's something I can do or give you, and then in exchange, you make a pact with me. I do my best to do that for you, and in exchange, I'm able to take just a little bit of your life force. That sounds kind of spooky at first, but and I have to preface that because I'm a vampire, and we get a bad rap, but it's so that I don't die. So I'm sort of bound to you, you're bound to me, in this sort of metaphysical way. The deals, I wish I could say that I make them because, you're going into the pact with me, but really it's up to you to make that deal. What do you want? So.
Interesting.
Yeah. Without these deals, I will die one day.
And like, it seemed like there was more to the bond than just like a deal where, how does that...
So from what I've only ever had the two people that made a deal with me. One of them is Duke Grothel. Not Duke Grothel, sorry, the Overduke. He... Anyway, the other one was Thatch, and Thatch didn't seem to mind it too much. He looks over to see if Thatch is awake or not.
Thatch is having a heart attack.
He's just holding this sword while he's sleeping.
He's mumbling, my lovely hit dice, I'm not gonna leave you anymore.
My life force.
One thing that was kind of cool was that I always knew where Thatch was. Like, even if he was off in the middle of nowhere, I could sort of center myself in the world around us and had a heading to reach him. Then the other thing was, of course, that I could take some of his... you know how spells are energy and our shields are energy? I take a little bit of that to sustain myself. In theory, I could take more, but I really don't want the people that I'm taking it from to get hurt, because, again, if you guys are dead, then I'm dead.
I can give you some of my energy without having to make a deal with you, right? As just...
we can try that if you want. I've never done this before, so because traditional healing is not gonna work, but if you want, we can try that.
Traditional healing in what sense? I can't reinforce your energy shield, or...
you can reinforce my energy shield. It's more like you burn calories every day, right? Just staying alive. I burn that energy shield, just staying alive, and I need a replenishment of that internally, not externally, like we have.
Hmm.
I can't cast magic without it. For example, I burned some spell slots, and I'm not getting those back anytime soon.
I understand. I only really understand how to do this with energy shields. Is Sever hurt right now? Is his energy shield full?
He could use a little bit of patching up with like 13 hit points, I think. But he doesn't seem that bad off.
There's some cracks in the stonework.
It's 12. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and pop a little nodule of energy off of my own energy shield and use 5 points of lay on hands on you.
Oh, thank you. That was very nice. Do you need any healing? I mean, well, you probably don't. I can sort of do something like that too. But again. Okay.
Can both of you give me Arcana checks?
Sure.
Is anyone proficient in Arcana? I know Temer isn't.
Fen is.
No.
Okay, well,
I'll
Fen's
do
not.
the Arcana check. It's just +0, so.
A 15.
He's not bad.
Sever, you are broaching a topic that your friend Terry here does not seem to have the education or format for. There is magic comes in a multi-variety, and your analog between calories was actually a lot closer than you might have guessed. But there's a lot going on in a humanoid's body during this phase of this world. And in practice, calories are magic just the same as a spell slot is, or a mana thing is, a pool that is within you. So when Terry is pushing healing magic into you, it does fill up that little magical hit point shield that protects you from danger. But it's not getting into that well within your body that you can then convert into spell slots. You need some of the big raw vitae, mana, some call it. And that is essentially what a hit dice is.
Gotcha.
So it's nice. It does
I
protect
appreciate
you.
it. Yeah. Thanks, Terry. This will go a long way, believe it or not. It does. It's sort of like getting the finished product, but I appreciate it, and I'll make sure if you ever need a little topping up too, I got you.
All right. I just don't want to go in. It sounds like this deal might bind the both of us to a degree that, well, I wouldn't want to do it for nothing, Ryan.
Of course. And I wouldn't want you to do it willy-nilly. So if you ever do decide that there's something that you really need and need someone that won't betray you for it, hit me up.
All right, I appreciate it. I will consider this.
Okay.
There's a deep sigh.
Sever hops back into the grouch.
Sever glances over at Thatch.
Longingly.
You let out a sigh. You miss the old man. Your mana daddy.
And that's yeah. I'll pop back into Oscar the Grouch. And people are starting. If he's awake.
I've Oscar the Grouches?
Sorry.
Me.
Terry is awake.
Okay.
Yeah. He's still long resting. He's just short resting. It's just he's.
I get you.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Is there-
a quick conversation with Coraline, and then I think I'm ready to go. If that's okay.
Okay.
I think that should walk over slowly sit down next to Coraline. Thunder would crack as his knees bend.
There is
Probably
this
chuck would
massive longsword in your hands, Thatch, which we haven't really gotten to discuss yet. So I'm gonna just quickly remind everyone that this is a 5-piece blade attached loosely to a hilt and handle that is just connected by tiny little slivers of centimeter-wide lightning. They crackle and shift as Thatch's knees act like thunder.
That's a nice sword, Thatch.
Thank you. Found it in the tower.
She
Seems
how
to
was
have.
that?
Yeah. Seems to have broken my connection with Sever.
Really?
He no longer be his thrall. Which means I don't think I have any need for this. He reaches up with his other hand and he takes the periapt of wound closure off his neck. Says, friend, we just got you back and we almost lost you before and then we almost lost you in the river. I'm tired of seeing you go down. I think you may need this more than I do. I'll hand it over.
She takes it, and this is the thing that's like a little beating heart, right?
Yeah, it is a quite literal heart that is beating.
Like an anatomical heart, not a
An
Valentine's Day
anatomical heart, yes.
And I did not get you anything. Oh, actually, I do have something, but it's back in toast. Remember those cloaks I bought?
Yes.
Yes, the packages arrived during the troubles, and I think they're still there.
Well,
Are
if we
you
make it that far.
are you happy that you lost your connection to Seva?
Not sure yet. I'm not sure, as he holds the sword up, what this does. It seems to have my destiny entwined with it. I'll have to get back to you on that one. A little worried about Sever, though. He's been relying on me a lot. I don't know if he's going to be okay without help. But I'm not saying
Sure,
that to
he'll
you
be
for any reason. This is for your protection.
Yes. I mean, we can always grab somebody off the street to make a deal with for him. He
Try and
seems
take
very
advantage of that.
he seems very close to the new one, Terry.
That work. He's too shy. He needs to get out there in the world.
What do you know about this Terry? He was part of a cult of the angels or something.
He seems to be more of a cult of castle power than anything else. He's been reliable.
Hatch, let me ask you something.
Yes.
You do things for Sorazor. Not necessarily those that help you. Why?
Why do I help those who don't help me?
Yes.
It's my homeland. We're up here. My family was here. It was a long struggle to try to bring them to at least this point of self-sustainability, and I want to see that through. It gives me purpose. It gives me drive.
That purpose. Where did you get it?
Through interacting with these people. What do you hold dear to you?
Well, recently, the burning wreckage that's at the bottom of the river there. No, I asked because, was it Orvo? The old guy who died?
Arvo.
Arvo, yeah.
Arvo. I had a little chat with Arvo about my experience with the raid team shrine. He was saying some disturbing things, like that the fire dwarf and the blue people might come for me, and I needed something to dedicate myself to avoid it. I don't know what to do, though.
What inspires you? What
This
brings you
flaming
peace?
wreckage at the bottom of the river over there.
Yeah,
But
okay.
it's gone.
It's an object, Corley. You have to search for something closer in there. And he'll reach out his hand and, like, boop, like right here. And then he'll boop the heart of the necklace and point back between them.
How do you get such a purpose? How do you just decide that something's more important than what you want, what you need?
How do you find something to love and cherish?
If it flies and carries me places very fast, it's immediate. If it's shiny,
Perhaps you should go find an angel then. Or maybe it's all the way you look at that Rick Silverback. Don't think I didn't notice that.
she kind of blushes a little bit. I don't know what you're talking about. He's just very famous in our circles, and he has a lovely ship that I would love to borrow forever. Nothing more, of course.
I had an idea about that, but let's talk about it on the bars tomorrow.
All right. I'm glad you. I'm glad you and Sever severed. That's funny.
Why do you say that?
Were you going to push him off the barge earlier? You were staring at him and.
Poor Lane, I was worried you were going to push him off the barge.
Never.
Okay.
No, for real. I can't. I won't catch him if he falls, but I promised I wouldn't push him.
Developing just a small little attachment to him?
No, it was how I got my airship.
Hmm.
I'm hoping they give me another one if I keep not pushing him off the barge.
Well, see what you can learn from that then. Maybe that'll help you towards your attachment. Maybe self-restraint is the first path towards finding something you care for.
All right. I'll think about
It's
it.
going to be easy.
Yes. Stealing stuff and flying around is so much easier than purpose and keeping your promises.
If it makes you feel any better, I have a feeling we're going to have an opportunity to kill stuff here pretty soon.
Oh, good, because I haven't killed anything in months.
I know, me neither.
I still think we should have started with the big one, but whatever floats our boat, literally.
Yeah.
Let's get some sleep. See you in the morning.
I'll post this up for you if you want to copy paste that. And I'll
Oh yeah, it's I think it's in the Roll 20.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to take it off my sheet. You got it on yours?
I will shortly.
All right, sounds good.
Well then, you guys, that can be towards like when you're stalking the boat and rolling Sever back onto the little boat there.
Just talking about him like he's not there in his hands.
Yeah. You all... Okay, hang on. I need to do something. There we go. Wow.
Oh wow, doubles your hit points when you roll a hit die.
Yep.
Yeah,
The Periapt is a fucking BS item.
it's amazing.
You all begin to head further south during this day. John is going to roll the last encounter check before you make it to this lake. Oh.
Something happens?
I'm really excited.
I don't remember the last time we had an encounter.
I know every encounter check is always like deer, more deer.
There's some
Deer,
bears.
animals.
They don't want to fuck with
Look.
us.
No.
Leeches you don't care to fight since they're like 15 hit point fuckers.
Actually, if Fen had told us about the leeches, we could have done something there, but he didn't.
Can someone
What would it have
roll
done
me
for us?
a 1d6? I'll take the first one I see. A 2. Uno momento, por favor.
30 gorillas come after us.
Spirit beast gorillas.
Hang on, where the fuck is my... Okay, there it is. Guys, we're playing that game of how many folders deep is my counter tables.
What's
You
the
rolled
over-under?
a 2?
100, 1000.
Wait, what the fuck? Why? Oh, am I in the wrong thing? Is this it? Oh no, guys, I'm so sorry. I may have to make something up.
Do we take an early break now?
Yeah, we can take an early break as I look for this. We'll be right back, everybody. Sorry, fuck. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for your patience. As the failure team, same team name at this point, start to head down southbound. It is during the night, as often as it is when I need no perception checks at all, actually. You all look out into the darkness, where there, on the west coast, so you're somewhere on this stretch of the river right now, and somewhere on the west side, so this side, is a small flame, a mote of red fire, just glowing in the darkness, illuminating the night just a little bit.
You
What do
guys
you
all
guys
see
think?
that, right? I'm like, that over there?
Oh, what? Terry was looking to the other side with his passive perception of 9.
Should we investigate?
Do you think it's the same as those things that we found in the crater? That like illusion crater?
What?
Was that your other team, or am I just not picking up on it?
No, sorry. We spent a bunch of time down there. Darter teleported us there and back. We failed. It was our first big failure with the puzzles.
This isn't as bright nor erratic that Paradigm would remember, but
Okay. Gotcha.
Fen, you just look fucking confused, unsure
Yeah.
why the failure team is called the failure team,
Yeah.
but that's what Sever's referencing to.
Well,
Orlin
Thatch
just figured
and
it's because she wasn't there.
yeah, Thatch, Terry, and Antwal would understand you, Sever.
If it's anything like that, if it's hiding any ruins like the ones we saw before, we should definitely take a look for it. Take a look at it.
All right, let's start angling towards the bank. Let's try to get this thing ashore before we get to it, so we can approach on foot. Agreed?
Agreed.
All right. Coraline brings her whip in. She ties a little piece of cloth on the end, and then when she whips, it's much quieter.
I think,
this
I think
is
we
even
try to
nicer.
land, and then maybe we'll send somebody ahead to scout as the party tries to move in that direction.
Yeah, you can easily
Sure.
slam the boat into the shore, the
Beach it.
riverbank. Yeah, you can beach it. No big deal. Does somebody want to scout ahead?
Sure. I'll turn on Vamp Vision. I'll go after it.
Vamp Vision reveals that this is rather hot. To you, it's like a bright white in terms of heat, if blood was just this dull red.
Gotcha. That just confirms that it's like that same thing in the ruins. But I will follow it. I'll head into the forest.
Okay. Sever heads off alone? Question mark?
Yeah, alone. I can scream if I need help.
How far away does this thing appear to be?
It's roughly, I want to say 500 feet off the shore of this river.
Not too far.
I mean, I can sneak over with Sever.
Yeah, I think we can approach within a couple hundred feet, but then that should hang back to not make notice while they go investigate further.
Okay.
I think
Fen,
maybe I
Sever.
should be the one to go with him.
Yeah, because do you have extra movement?
Huh?
What's your movement speed,
No.
Coraline?
30.
Ah, okay. I've got 40. Alright, well, yeah. She's slightly behind me, and that's okay.
Okay. Coraline, are you going to try to show him up and just double move every single movement? Or...
Just enough to be like a foot or two ahead of him.
Okay. Give me stealth checks from people going forward first or scouting ahead. Fen goes. Coraline goes. Sever. You know, Sever, you're a lot heavier than you remember. You're just like stomping in this somewhat wet earth. Actually, it's snowy out right now. It is wintertime still.
I'm like trying to get ahead of Coraline, but she's like just doing a very good job of it, and I start making more noise than I mean to.
You're like, shit, fuck. The stick
Fen is
impales your foot,
nonchalantly
and you're
just
like,
fucking keeping up.
True. You all head 500 feet into the darkness, leaving Antoine, Terry, and Thatch behind a little ways away. By little, I mean like 300 feet, but it's no matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's fine. The three of you, Fen, Sever, and Coraline, Sever will have to turn off his predator vision at some point as you all come to what is apparently some sort of shrine. This red stone statue standing upright in the forest in front of a fissure that is just burning with magma, with lava. It's just spreading out, leaking into the forest floor, creating a steam, just steam from the snow melt that it is melting.
What in the hell?
Coraline puts her hand out to stop Finn and goes, can you try to get a closer look with that little ball of yours?
I just kind of asked, dude, you recognize that statue at all?
He does know things. That's a
I kind of
natural
meant
18.
The crystal one, but whatever.
I need you to confirm. Can you move closer without setting yourself on fire?
How close am I to the fire?
This lava that is leaking out is... I mean, you could get as close to it as you really want, but it is only coming out of this fissure like 2 feet out. This isn't like a big, great lava flow or anything.
Yeah, I go up as close as I can for him to look at it.
Yeah. You are caught off guard by the stench. It does smell quite bad here. Strangely, just, wow, I've never smelt sulfur and poison before in this format. You, like, cover your mouth, waft in front of your face. And Duty makes his little lore check. And John has to remember the name. This is Ulathaean in nature. He will immediately describe. The composition of it is known to him as... what would this stone be called? I think he would quite literally just call it Scorch Stone, which is a brand of stone that is... it gains its coloration from quite literally being set on fire and cooked with arcane fire, or primordial flame. He only knows it because there was once an Ulathaean sorcerer who fought against him, him and Hephaestus, that this statue kind of represents, maybe questionably. This statue being so old and weathered by the elements, it's lost a lot of its features. Like, the face is just like, almost like a crater field, just with how much wind and water has gotten on it and soaked into it.
Mm. Can I try to figure out if this magma is more magic in nature than it is just straight up primordial, like he said?
Do you have Detect Magic?
I do.
Well, link in chat. Bards are ritual casters, right, everybody? I'm not making that up.
Yes.
Yeah, we're good.
Alright. Sever and Coraline, you see Fen start to shake his Macarenas to get this magical ritual just done. You don't see any immediate threats, no giant lava monsters, no leech monsters, not even a fucking deer is near this thing. So what do you guys do at this discovery encounter?
This isn't on any of the maps. there's a chance there's something in there. We should probably wait for Thatch and Terry, who can, and Terry can fly across.
It's literally like this. Isn't just like this fucking.
Yeah, it's a
2 by
very
2.
small fissure. It's like 6 feet in verticality and like 2 feet, and then there's an additional 2 feet on each side, which is just spewing lava out. Not
Sorry,
in
you
great
said
geysers, but leaks. It's a crevasse.
You said it's
or-
made of something. So is it like a little hill with the fissure in it? Or...
No, the statue itself is made of like scorched stone.
The
okay, and the
statue is
fissure
made
on the
out of
statue.
this sandstone. To your eye, it looks like sandstone, so it's like beige and orange, but clearly a hard texture or hard rock.
Okay.
The fissure itself is just leaking out of the ground, so its edges are this gross molten lava / cooled magma that is just continuously leaking out a little bit more.
If you can protect Finn and not suck his blood, then I'll go get the others.
Okay, yeah, that sounds fair.
Orlane hears a double click over her radio.
Yeah.
Morse
Wow.
code.
Satch, yes, we have radios, of course.
Yes. Is it safe to come up?
Yeah, come on up.
All right, we're on our way.
Corwin
Good
wipes
thing
off a
you
sweat
are.
from her brow, trying not to feel embarrassed by
Ooh,
imagining
I was so
walking
fast.
over there.
So fast you
got
didn't
it.
see me come and go.
Terry, you, Thatch, and Antoine can come up upon the statue. That Fen is beginning his Macarena dance. Da, 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 da. Anything you guys want to do, or should we just resolve that?
Oh, I want to ask one question. As I guess Thatch wouldn't know. Shit. Not meta-wise, Thatch wouldn't know. Although you did describe orange sandstone for that ziggurat.
Yeah.
I'll ask Angela, does this look like the same type of stone that the ziggurat was?
The others of you who watched that vision can answer if you want, but it seems similar.
The orb speaks.
The orb, like the crystal ball.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The crystal ball does not speak.
Damn.
What? Am I getting gaslit in real time?
Yes.
Convenient. Looks like we found a place. We should be careful as we look around. Where did that orb go? Is that orb still here?
Antoine does a random history check. What orb? What orb?
The orb we followed? Sorry, the light?
You mean
No,
like
there was no
smoke of
orb
fire?
of light. It was just light emanating from the forest.
Gotcha. Okay, cool, cool, cool.
Essentially.
Cool, cool.
Yeah. If only Antoine was here, because I just made him roll a random history check, and this does indeed kind of look Mokapunian in nature, much like the one on his volcano back in Mokapuni.
Mokapunian and Ulathea.
Yes.
We're starting to see a pattern. The older the things are, the more Ulathean they seem.
But this is Mapunian. Okay. Can Antoine? No, we can't tell Antoine or anything. Terry, if you want to fly up and over, just take a look around inside. Those magma vents look pretty spooky to me. I mean, I could probably.
It's just a statue. There's no inside
There's no
of
temple
anything.
or ruin here. This is
I
just
see.
a statue and magma.
But it's got magma. Okay.
There is a
Unless you're trying to get him to fly into the magma.
6 foot by 2 foot crevasse of magma, of lava.
Let's go
I
chuck
imagine.
something in it.
Create a volcano.
Well, maybe it's an object of ancient worship.
Judging by the composition of the statue and the created face, I'd say they demand sacrifices of annoying vampire frogs.
You find any of those near here?
She looks at Sever.
John, what do I detect?
10 minutes go by. You cast detect magic.
This
The
meme went too
lava
long.
is magical. Or no, is non-magical. The statue is indeed magical. It is emitting a very faint magical signature. The School of Magic is evocation.
Oh no,
Or
I don't like that.
conjuration?
One.
Oh, okay, cool. I like that a lot better.
Yeah, conjuration.
Well, you like conjuration better than evocation?
Yeah, because evocation would be a fireball if we touched it.
Conjuration is summon something if we touch it.
Yeah, but elementals are eternium shards. Antwa hits me. Ow! We need eternium shards. They don't care.
Jesus. Anyway,
You think there's an elemental in the statue?
It's possible. I mean,
or this is a
there's-
place of worship for bringing about something from their god.
Yeah, I mean,
Ages past.
the last time we found a shrine, there was a water elemental. Here's a bunch of magma. Magma elemental?
Earth and fire who got very close and had a party?
alternatively, it could be pulling this magma from somewhere, right?
I just tell Antwa this is primordial magma, this is just normal stuff. You want to worship it?
He says yes.
John, you say it's oozing out of the fissure. How much is piled around? Like, does it seem to be piling up? To give us kind of an indication of how long this thing has been here?
What is it called when magma cools or when lava cools down? There's
like
a name
when it
to
starts to form.
yeah,
We have a bunch of
basalt.
different things. Basalt is the generic.
Basalt is what it forms when it starts drying and creates a base for a landmass.
Okay, then there is around a foot of just basalt in every direction except going to the statue, which is just clear earth. It's almost as if there is like an invisible force field around the statue keeping the magma flow away, or lava flow. Magma is in the earth, right? Lava is outside of it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm using that interchangeably. I hope that's not confusing people.
It's
try to
hot
stick with
stone,
lava.
okay?
It's hot. It's hot!
Ugh.
I mean, hey,
Should
Terry,
we-
if you want, you can fly over to that little extra piece of earth around it and touch the statue. See if you
Yeah,
live
I
out
can
some
get a
castle power stuff.
closer inspection. There may be something of use there. Okay, I'll go ahead and fly towards the statue.
I mean, you can just walk around it, right?
Okay, I fly anyway.
You fly for
Take
style.
that.
You immediately just get hit by toxic fumes. Roll me a con save. You're like, no, my energy shield's
Oh,
protecting me from breathing in the fumes.
Yo, it has to hot dog it.
Oh yes, we have those vents underwater. They emit bad water. Maybe in the air it's the same.
Geothermal vents.
You can't just
You
make
suffer
up
a
words.
full 4 poison damage, Terry. Suck it. Suck in that bad air. You're like, bleh, 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 bleh. And then you get to the other side of the statue, where it is quite cool over here. And looking from behind the statue towards your party, who are like exploring the immediate area, one was dancing just a moment ago. There is something that I want you to roll, and I believe I want it to be a nature check. Alright,
Ooh.
nature check, question mark.
I doubt any of us have proficiencies in that.
I doubt as well.
Alright, you're a ranger, I always forget.
Yeah, but our wizard doesn't have Arcana, so
Don't worry, the bard does.
He's a history major. He's got +8 in history, guys.
Nature or what?
Nature. Okay, you're the king of sevens today. Sorry, I'm reading this Word document as we are going. You look at the back of this sandstone statue. On this side, it is not nearly as badly weathered as it was on the front. That face, the face of this almost humanoid man, I guess I should actually start describing the statue a little bit more. It is roughly 6'2", 6'3", somewhere around there. So it is like the height of a humanoid, for sure. Carved out from this reddish, orangish, beige rock. It has been weathered, mostly on the front, which is where this fissure points southbound, away from, well, the river that you guys came in at, emitting this light out where ooze comes out it, shoots across, well, not shoots, but like slowly rolls over down this basalt into the snow and onto the earth. Very slow moving. On the backside, you see what once was carved out to be articles of clothing. Detail that has somewhat been weathered, but like clearly this man is wearing some sort of jagged armor. That or he's like super muscular at one point. It's hard to tell. Part of his nature check was just trying to like see through the weathering process. The one thing you do notice here, and I guess it's kind of just meme tier, but it's like, oh, there's snow, there's earth, there's lava, and there's steam coming from the heat and the snow. There's currently a representation of all four elements.
Interesting. A shrine to the elements, weathered on one side and not on the other.
He must be the weatherman.
If only the person that cared about elementals was here. Haha!
Yep. If only.
I mean, it's mostly a joke, but I mean, we could try desecrating it, see if the elemental Antoine hits me again.
Besides, it's already
Thank you for
weathered.
keeping Antoine involved.
It's not usually considered desecration if the elements just tear away at something. When someone actively decides to destroy something, that's desecration.
Right. That's definitely not what I meant. Good point.
Are there maybe a pile of offerings we could dig through and see if there's... Ow, Anchois! Yes, fine, we'll leave them.
You see gold piled at the base of the statue.
We can make a note of it. Can we make a note of this on our map so we can come back when Antoine has more time to do a proper offering?
Guys, we never come back to these things, ever.
No, we never do.
You never do. Also, you don't really have a real map. This is Thatch's Mindscape that we're looking at.
I don't want to...
All the figures on the screen are also part of his mindscape.
I'll push the button again, John. Sorry. Sorry, wait.
I mean, it's somewhere over here, right? You'll find it at night if you're traveling.
It's got a beacon of red light. Show us.
Sure. Let's see.
Terry, did you go touch the statue? See if something happens?
Sure, I'll take a look at the backside. Is the backside that is more... Is it clean? Like,
It's just less weathered than the front. Almost as if the front was intentionally defaced at one point.
right. I'm gonna try,
Just a
brushing
statue.
off the backside, see if there's, if I give it a little bit more shine, if I can see anything more.
Nice spit shine.
You
Terry
two.
near the statue's butt. He's like,
Exactly. This man must have been a great and powerful warrior. Rub, rub, rub.
Would there be anything on it?
I mean, there'd be residual sulfur if there's lava right next to
Yeah,
it.
for sure. You get random chemicals that are toxic on your hands as you brush it off and wipe it down. I mean, it's clearly a humanoid statue that the statue, is depicting. The previous water elemental shrine you guys visited a while back, I don't even know if Terry was there for that. I don't think so. Was more religious in nature. Like, it was surrounded in a building. There was, like, a symbol that someone could offer to it. This statue is of a guy. There's no offering bowls. There's nothing like that. It's just planted kind of just on the ground, as if...
Pretty out of place.
I mean, it is out of place. You don't see any other buildings or structures or statues nearby. It's kind of just here. And that itself is somewhat odd.
Interesting.
I'm a little bit worried about... Can I dig down? And I'm worried about lava, magma actually. But if I go slowly, can I dig down and see if there was anything underneath? Takes me a
Anything
minute
underneath the what?
Just underneath where we are. Just give me 1 minute. They had 10 minutes of detect magic. I can do 30 feet of digging around the area. See if there's any like ruins around here.
You just want to use your dig speed to just burrow into the earth and hope that lava doesn't
die to magma.
Yeah, I just want to find out. I'll stay away from any particularly hot pieces of earth.
He's creating an escape route to make a volcano for the magma.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh god.
You dig through the earth. Give me a investigation check.
Sure.
Fuck it. Why not?
It's weird because if there's, but why is this not here? Maybe there's a sign in the ground. 14.
Inside the ground, it is actually pretty cool. You can move all the way under the basalt, even, with how cold it is beneath it. It is just the crevasse itself that is generating this hot flame, or hot heat, that would vaporize you.
There's only two men I know associated this strongly with the elements. One of them is standing over there, kind of looking starstruck right now.
This is a symbol of the gods.
The other
Your
one
god.
His eye is throbbing.
Hephaestus, known to make deals with these creatures, the elementals. Right?
Yeah.
Wonder if this could be a statue to Hephaestus.
No.
Yeah, Duty
He just
already
shouts
kind
out.
of let me in on that one. He's not sure, but maybe it's some kind of sorcerer guy.
Sorcerer guy.
That's what you said, right, Duty?
Yes.
Look, at this
Interesting.
point, nothing to do but start chucking stuff in the fissure.
I mean, we
Or-
could just move along.
Or this is just a statue and we spent 3 hours looking at it.
Sure. But normally these things aren't out here for just no reason.
It's
Well-
emitting a little bit of conjuration magic. It's very out of place. There's a good chance someone, teleported it here to deface a temple of some kind, yada yada yada. I don't know. It could be anything, but as it stands right now, there's not much we can really do to it that we haven't already done,
Sure.
aside
Let me.
from break the damn thing.
I mean, it seems to
Ashwell
be,
gives Sever another look. God damn it. Go ahead, Thatch.
seems to be summoning the lava.
That
I
could
want to
be
try
it.
one more thing that it's just a little like kind of test. Because elementals seem to hate vampires for whatever reason.
Are you gonna step in the lava?
Not in the lava, but there's a way to step over and touch the statue, and Sever wants to touch the statue too, just to see if any elemental pops out to attack him. So.
Sever,
Sever
you walk around this lava flow that's like 4 feet, or in coming out 4 feet from this crevasse. You head towards the back, where, quite literally, this statue, line of crevasse, lava before it. So you walk around the lava, join Terry at his back, place your hand on it. Oh, shit.
Everybody hates vampires.
I
even
haven't decided
statues.
if this is canon yet. Let me think for a moment. Let me
canon
see
yet?
what the dice looks like. Well, Sever brings up a good point. Why don't elementals like vampires? If they get into the ocean, they're immediately destroyed. Like, no questions asked, no time to save yourself, just immediately
unnatural.
obliterated.
I mean, that just sounds like good housekeeping.
If they get into not holy water, but elemental water, they start taking acid damage. They start fucking withering and melting. Sever is made out of stone. He is made out of marble. Or a stone-like substance similar in coloration to marble. And Sever, when you touch your hand on this, you know, stone that has been purified by primordial or arcane flame, you start to feel part of, like, your palm, like, attach itself to this thing. And you're like, what
whoa.
the fuck?
Hold on.
And you can see flecks of your skin that has been discolored, being bright white, pale, on the sandstone statue, beginning to gain coloration. Beginning to
God.
take on the red stone that is the statue.
It can
That's
purify
weird.
you.
Purify.
No, I think it's assimilating the rock. Take another rock. Here, Sever, catch. I throw a rock at him.
Yeah, I'll catch the rock.
Just a regular rock in the snow? Yeah, no big deal.
Any rock.
No.
Put it on the statue. See if it absorbs the rock.
If it has an open hand, I'll put it in there. Otherwise, I'll just put it on its shoulder, kind of balance it.
I guess its posture would be kind of like pointing at something in a way. Kind of judging. It's a judgmental statue all of a sudden. And you try to balance it on its like hand that is weathered off and just on its like wrist if it had one. And the rock stays there until someone blow or like the air pushes it off.
It wants your skin. You're unnatural. It feels it needs to purify you.
Well, there's definitely something elemental in here. I want to touch it one more time.
Bleed on it.
You-
I want to leave my hand on there just a little bit longer. So, this is really stupid. I'm thinking to myself.
You will suffer damage right here, right now.
Sure, hit me.
Go ahead and suffer 6 points of some kind of damage that you are
Temporary
not
damage.
resistant to. Just 6 damage.
I yank my hand off.
You
It's a
yank your
lot harder
hand
to
off,
do.
and about a millimeter of you stays onto it.
Oh my god.
I
What
know
the
we
fuck?
were talking about how much weight you'd gained, but like this is not the way to lose weight.
Yeah,
Terry
good
didn't
idea.
have that effect.
No.
Right,
Yeah.
Terry?
I'll touch it again.
You
Just do
touch
like-
it. It's no big deal.
Yeah, no
It's
big deal.
rough
Terry
and
doesn't need to be
coarse and-
purified.
Well, vampires don't need to be purified either.
Why don't you touch it again?
I'm good.
Well, what you leave behind, it absorbs into the statue, yes?
That could be a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, does the elemental like bits of vampire, or is it just trying to hurt me?
Maybe it's trying to take you into it, and so you can gain its power.
So do these like
assimilate?
So do these flex just stay on the back, or are they really being like pulled into the statue somehow?
They stay. So texture-wise, they stay. In coloration, they begin to change. So now there are like more bumps on the statue, and like if you had a microscope, if you weren't paying attention to it, it would just look like the statue is slightly uneven in this one hand-shape area now.
Gotcha. Understood.
Is
Are
it
there
right
any
on the
other?
ass?
I feel it.
Are there any other similar bumps, as if some other things have been stuck on?
It would be impossible for you to discern that.
Well,
It quite literally could look like weathering.
Well,
we
this
break the statue. We take the Eternium shard. I'm away from it, so you can't hit me. We break the statue. We take the Eternium shard. We get out of here. We get later on. We have an Eternium shard. Put it into a weapon. Bam. Molten lava damage.
There's not nearly enough magic here for there to be an Eternium shard in there.
I mean, you said it's conjuring the fire, right? Like
I said there's very trace amounts of conjuration magic.
It is
I didn't
fake.
say
It
that
is
there's.
the lowest kind.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Batch is gonna walk around the back.
Okay.
This new longsword that I have, with its shards and its crackling yellow lightning,
Yeah.
seemed to break my connection to a vampire.
Yep.
I'm gonna take the longsword and touch it against the flex of the vampire skin on the back of the statue and see if there's any kind of interaction that goes on there. 'Cause it doesn't seem to like vampires. And neither does this statue.
Maybe it just really likes him.
I don't think this would interact in the way you would
Okay.
expect. It's quite... I mean, you can put your little... Nothing really happens.
Sure.
I mean, you have a magical sword that's shooting lightning. The lightning will ground partially to it.
Mhm.
But it's not like it's going to weld itself on to the statue.
Sure.
well,
I'm just looking for ways to eventually fix this thing.
if we ever go to
Potentially-
war with a vampire, this
Yeah.
might be a place to make items.
It's true.
The
That's
statue
in.
gets more and more judgmental.
Fen, is your spell still active?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I take another rock and I throw it in the fissure.
Okay. You throw the rock into the fissure. Is this like the biggest rock you can find, or like just a pebble?
Something I can toss in from, let's say... Oh, something I can use my mage hand to pick up and drop.
Okay.
It's shot
so
put
about-
size.
5 pounds,
Uh,
give or take.
I don't know if there's a 5-pound rock exactly, but you will find a sizable stone to plop
Plop up
into this
dirt,
lava and fissure. You watch in... Well, I don't know what exactly you were expecting when you did this, but I know it wasn't... just... how would I put this? You'd expect it to, like, hit the liquid and then, like, sink down, right?
Not technically, because rock is really dense, but yes.
Okay. Well, you would expect to watch it just go in, right? Like,
Loop in.
bit by bit, splash out maybe some lava. This rock you throw in, this pebble slash, stone, falls in and just is immediately gone. No sensory effect follows.
No difference, Fen?
No
there was
difference.
You sure there's no...
No,
illusion-
actually, Fen,
illusion?
you would have seen a flare of magic from the statue lead into the fissure. And do a little magical effect.
Get more rocks. Just
Uh,
throw them all in.
I
Hell,
want
throw
to try
Sever in. He's a big rock.
Wait a minute. Does anybody have any rope?
Water. I lost all my rope in my dibs.
I
wait,
want to
Astral
try
has some.
something else first.
Okay,
Does
Uh,
go ahead.
Astral have rope?
I'll use my mage hand
Sure.
to get like some sort of stick, a couple feet long. I'll go to kind of dip the end in, maybe a foot, and then take it back out and bring it back.
When you stick the stick inside, it is gone. And when you pull it back out, it is as if it never had that part of the stick at all.
Like burnt off,
didn't
or
burn.
just
It is just
Deleted.
erased.
Coraline, I need you to do something that you would never really do. Toss one of the gems in there.
Are you crazy?
No.
Astral energy.
It is magic, technically.
But
He wants you to feed it magic.
fine. Coraline takes
No,
out
wait,
her pouch.
Sever
starts
will
looking through the
take
gems.
Sever will take Thatch and Terry and move us out of the little like behind the
Behind
lava
the
fissure.
statue where lava's
Yeah.
not getting.
Yeah.
All right, this one's kind of off-white. It reminds me too much of. She looks at Sever. This one will do. And she may just hands over one of the gems, and hesitates long enough that the spell expires, and bloop, right in.
It is gone immediately, but with it a new magical essence is created, visible to the naked eye. Even Fen sees this without the need of detect magic. Terry, you got up briefly. They dropped in a 500 GP gem into this crevasse that is just deleting objects. This off-white coloration, the same as the stone you described. This like opal color, I suppose.
Yeah, it's like a dirty opal.
Yeah.
It's
Puffs
just really
out
big. That's why it's
as
500
if
gold
it
pieces.
just dematerialized the shine and shape. To Fend, though, you see that the magical essence of the stone is collected within the crevasse and sinks. And the statue's faintness increases by a tier. So I guess it would be weak now.
So it's losing.
No, it is
Its
increasing in power.
Do it again.
Oh.
2 more.
Do them one at a time at least.
All right. Looks in.
Then
She
he's
finds
at
this.
30K.
Finds this. I think it's an agate. It's like no, it's an amber. It's like a yellowish color. She's like, oh, this reminds me too much of somebody's eyes. And she looks at Sever.
Oh, that's a fog, actually, yeah.
How's the gem in again?
You
The next
drop
one
in
over
the
ruby.
amber gem. Once again, this amber powdered color shoots out from the fissure as if going into the atmosphere. Fen, who has Detect Magic running, watches the statue again go up in a tier of magical presence. Those of you next to the statue can begin to notice that it is humming. It is vibrating gently, just within the snowy night. Fen, it is now moderately charged.
Again.
You're killing me, Fen.
More.
We've
Can
got
we toss in
30K
some
at
of the
home.
ugly gold or something? These gems
If you
are
want to
so-
walk back to the ship and get some gold, we can toss in some gold.
How far is
But the
ship?
gems are right here.
Like 500 feet off the shore.
The ship is right there, and the gold is heavy.
And the gems are light and they're right there in front of us.
I vote for gold instead of gems. Probably
That's
gonna lose the battle
intrigued.
on this ship anyway.
That's just intrigued, and he will run back to the ship and bring back. How much gold do we want? 1,000 gold pieces?
1,500.
Let's bring the
1500?
battle.
Thatch, you're just gonna collect some, man. You're in a run. You're not gonna count one at a time. Come on.
Just bring the barrel. Oh, we'll toss in the dragon head.
We don't have that.
Duty speaks, there is no dragon head.
All right.
The gold was accumulated into common currency.
Somewhere in the realm of 5 minutes, I'm sure Thatch can run 500 feet, bring back a ton of gold pieces, and go back. And just...
He like fills his shirt like a kid on a playground.
All right, to be safe, Thatch, just hold the bag open and Mage Hand, grab a handful, dump. Yeah.
45 minutes later.
Every single time that Coraline uses her mage hand to yeet gold into this fissure, more golden light will begin to appear and dissipate as the coloration of the physical manifestation of magic is emitted into the atmosphere. Then the statue will increase proportionally to the amount of gold that is given. So once 500 gold pieces has been expended, this moderate wellness continues to increase until it is strong. This is the second... this is... Oh, who's messaging me? I'm sorry. Never mind, I'm not going to worry about it. I thought it was one of you guys being secret. You all watch as the statue begins to crack. Many of you will begin to like back off as the fissure no longer is producing lava out of it. It begins to cool rapidly. It turns into that dark black basalt damn near immediately. As you all continue to step further and further back, Thatch with the extra gold that you're probably not going to want to spend, but you do spend, I don't know, subtract like 530. No big deal.
Okay.
Just from hands. Along with 2 gems, I believe? Okay.
Yeah, we're down to 12.
You all step back as the statue cracks and shifts and moves. The sandstone, including the parts where Sever's hand was ripped off of him, begin to wither, to discolor, and become this basalt color as well. Until at last, a 6'2" humanoid entity made of this basalt coloration shifts and moves fully. There is a loud gasp of sound, of noise, as this creature, stony, primordial, turns to face you. You see... It wouldn't be its full self. It would be horned. It would be long-eared, angular face. It has teeth, but it is that same basalt color. So this guy is like monochrome, just in this weird shade. And it turns to you, breaking its arms off. Its hands and fingers a little bit longer, as a Ulathaean's would be. And it lets out a gasp of air. And speaks to you in a language you do not understand.
Antoine tongues.
Antoine can cast tongues.
Comprehend languages. Yeah, tongues is probably better. So
tongues is probably better. Antoine's not here to benefit from the tongue spell, however, so he's going to have to cast it on one of you guys. I don't know if that's how the spell works, but someone has to stand in for
someone
Antoine.
he can touch.
I did it on Antoine when I was...
oh, he has it prepared, too. I didn't even have
That's for Terry, right?
Who's he doing? Someone volunteer.
Sure.
I'll do it.
Would totally be a terrier fan.
Terry said sure. Antoine, slaps his hands, hits you upside the face, your tongue expands out as you are unable to understand any spoken language you hear. Moreover, when this target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language can hear the target and understands what it says. So to the rest of you, you are not privy to this conversation. But to you, Terry, I'm trying to think how the translation would actually, like, manifest. You are caught off guard by the words this creature speaks in a rather polite, guttural tonnage, as if its throat is made out of stone, which it clearly, physically is, for certain. John has to go and find this creature's name, because it will greet you politely. Nope, that's not you. That's not you. Where are my primals? Where are they?
Ooh, he's a primal, is he? Interesting.
You don't even know what that means.
I really don't.
I'm gonna write it down anyway.
You're gonna write it down.
2 underlines for primal.
Maybe 3.
I'll add a third and a star. Circle it.
Maybe a little heart over the eye.
Oh, good idea. Done.
Pure ones? No.
Thatch, did you
Not
take the
passive.
500 gold off the party sheet?
I
Foul
took
ones?
530 gold off the party sheet from
Okay.
the barrel aspect.
Perfect.
That will totally get deleted if we lose it.
We probably would. We should have
Gotta
started.
There
use
we
it now.
go. Oh my
Seriously.
god. He greets you in a tongue. To the rest of you, this is actually very short of a statement. But to Terry, this is a long-ass name. He greets you. He says, I greet you. I am Eziem Isasoke, he who first turned to flame to purify corruption. He says his full fucking name and title to you, as is tradition back in the day.
So, Ezi, he who turned to flame to purify corruption.
Eziem Esiok is how you truly pronounce it. But I'm not gonna fault you if you don't. I just
It's
lost
in my notes
chat
as
bar.
Ezi, and that's how it should stay.
You're probably
Let me
gonna have to
refresh
tell
my
us
roll
this,
for
but
me.
is that Ulithaian or Mokapunian?
Terry cannot tell the difference.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, I'll respond to him and say, I'm Teratai Black, and I wish I had nearly as many cool titles as you.
Purveyor of anime.
I greet you, Teratai Black. Where am I, and what year is this? I don't have much time.
Well, this is the region around Thorazor. We're kind of on a river near the Morfester. What year is it in game? My character would
81.
certainly know.
See?
And yeah, I'll tell him it is 81C, if that makes
All
any
right.
sense to you.
No. It doesn't.
Well, you may be a little bit past.
It thinks for
what
a
you were
moment.
intending.
It raises its hand to think for a moment.
Terry, watch out!
To many of you, yeah, you guys are like, holy shit, this thing just shifted a hand up. Many of you are like, fucking, he may be casting a spell. Some of you are like, whoa.
I see no magic.
Here's my Lael Sense Wizard.
No, it does not.
Okay.
I will send my mage hand with another handful of gold up to him.
Teratai Black, he slaps the gold away. It falls to the floor as he ignores the tribute that you are offering.
I will send my mage hand to go get it back.
How many demons are in this realm?
Oh.
What's a
Any.
demon? Do I know
The
what a
foul
demon
ones,
is?
the vermin.
Oh.
Many foul ones.
There are many holes within hell currently that I am trying to plug. It is not going well that the divines have teamed up with them. I seek these holes along with... he will say a name that hurts your ears and makes your nose bleed, for it is spoken in the foul tongue. You understand it. The name that he states... Oh, fuck. John, where is this? Where are you? Divine forces. Leech. I am looking for Danathel. And then he says the title. Which John does not have written down on Dan's character sheet. Son of a bitch.
The man of leeches.
Where is Leechy Dan? The first Ulathaean corrupted by the Leech. All of that is capitalized. Every single word that he states in your mind is capitalized.
Ow, 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 my nose.
He is attempting to escape with his multiple fragments. I am trying to burn his body. It is too big for him to get out, but he is worming his way into the material plane.
I think our goals are aligned then. We wish this Leechy Dan to be destroyed, sent back to where he came from, just generally not be here.
Then I will pull while you push, and he begins to step almost like an automaton towards you, Terry.
I'll stay firm where I'm at.
You stay firm. The rest of you watch as this man of rock begins to bleed lava. Every single step he takes makes him animate once more. He reaches towards you, Terry, places a hand on your shoulder that scalds you. It does rip into your energy shield, but we're going to ignore the exact amount of damage you will be taking as he gives you a gift. Only flame devours the leech. It is primordial. I shall gift you some of this power to singe him.
Oh no, not
This
again.
will hopefully not go as poorly as it did with what was her name? Aurelia. He scalds your shoulder, Terry. And as he transfers his magical power, he will begin to crumble. First, his legs will go bit by bit. Bit by bit, his back will falter as he gives you a part of himself. You perhaps have a round to speak with him further. You may ask a single question through the pain.
Do you know where he's trying to get through?
Yes.
He's not an asshole. He has a job. Oh, fuck, that's a natural one.
Oh, man.
I do not, but seek places of ancient power. He is an ancient being. He will... He tries to finish his sentence, but his throat quite literally crumbles out from beneath his chin. And soon he turns into a powder, a pile of basalt. Terry, you suffer, I don't know, it's 46 per round. We're gonna say it counted 3 rounds to do this.
Okay, you're just trying to kill me. Nice, cool.
How much HP do you have? You have like 60 HP.
Fit on average 4 rounds of that, or 3 rounds of that is like 42. It could very well
12d6.
After the first round, I guess everyone can start healing wording. I'm sorry, cure wounding. You're like, Terry, no, hang in there, Terry.
Yeah, someone just roll 12d6, and if someone wants to heal him to keep him up, that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to roll. Aw.
Only 38 fire damage.
Okay, we're good.
We know that Alden's immediately going to roll damage against the party.
Holy shit.
Yeah. You all watch as Terry's sleeve beneath his armor is erupted into flame. Many of you will just pat it out quickly if you care about Terry. But you will see that beneath his flesh there is a marking that only, I think, Anchois recognizes.
Yep. Only Anchois.
Anchois quite possibly would just be silent and mortified as he looks at a mark.
Time bomb.
Another torrent of flame impending on a friend of his.
Yep. But now on a person who could potentially have the temperament to control it. Your movement for this night will probably end here? Question mark? As you continue
I feel like this
to
would be exhausting.
remain just emotionally exhausting. Antoine will want to medically check Terry, I'm sure.
I sift through the leftovers of the guy and see if there's anything cool. I don't know. Maybe those gems that he absorbed.
No, he used that to commune with the world.
I take some Vassal for Anchois when he comes out of his weird state.
This reminds me of some of the very weird rituals of the cult. Maybe they
from somewhere, right?
Are you awake? What happened, Terry? Why did that thing do that to you?
It was granting me some of its power.
Yes, that's never a good thing.
Just for fun?
To stop what I assume is Lychee Dan. He had some Danafel name or something. The first of the Ulatheans to be corrupted by the leeches or something is the title.
Ulathan.
Oh.
Sounds like Lychee D to me.
I wonder if the Ulatheans we know would know more. Did we know that Lychee Dan was an Ulathan before this? I don't think
You
so.
saw in the orb that he had long ears.
No, Coraline would have because the fucking puppeteer bitch said it was her brother.
What
Yeah,
puppeteer?
right. Right, one of the gods. The blue gods. I assume Terry fills us in on the conversation we didn't hear.
You got any particular questions? I mean, I had sort of explained what happened.
Wasn't Aurelia the name of the first bard to die in this team?
Ooh.
I read that report. In a pillar of fire?
Yes, and didn't she explode and take a turtle man with her?
What could have led her to such dire straits?
Carlin kind of takes a step back from
that
Terry.
That part wasn't in the report.
So he said that he goes to ancient places of power?
Well, I look at the
line.
dowsing rods that are leading us to an ancient place of power.
No,
Okay.
they are not.
Were they leading us here?
They are still pointed southbound.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta keep going
I
then.
Oh
assume a
my
ley
God.
line would be that.
Nick! What the fuck? You just...
Oh.
Oh my God!
Are there even enough people to give
Oh my
subs to
God.
like that?
I don't think so. Millman once gave T-Pain a sub for me, though, so...
What?
Yeah. Unironically. Why, thank you, Apollo_Nick, you beautiful lad.
Thank you, good sir.
There
Damn
we
show.
go. There we go.
Oh, me
I
too.
got you,
Wow.
buddy.
Thank you. I don't know what that does.
You are now my subscriber.
You can make clips now
True.
because it's behind
Yeah.
a paywall.
Is it really?
Actually.
Okay. Well,
And
it must
you get
come at
this
default.
cool-
Let's not get too distracted, though, guys. We have a elemental boy and a paladin boy merging together in his shoulder? What?
It's like a little teardrop.
Yeah.
But
We see the stoic Antoine writhe in animosity.
His eye just kind of twitches.
Well,
How do you feel, Terry?
I mean, a little bit burned, but
No, I mean, with the knowledge that you are now, when the powerful being touches you and leaves a mark like that, and she kind of pulls her scarf a little bit, you see a burn mark on her neck. It doesn't necessarily end up being a good thing.
well,
sometimes die.
can't. I mean, surely there's something to be said for, we are the ones that have made it, and we are the ones capable of making it further. And if we are to make it further, we have to embrace the opportunities, even if there are risks.
All right.
And with that, we press onward.
Try not to explode.
You head back to your boat, get some space from this thing, but will undoubtedly be camping for this night. Antoine throws up his tiny hut. He will take a look at your arm, Terry, and indeed confirm to himself, if no one else, that this is the one of the same, albeit slightly changed, if he can remember, from a year ago. Magical scars that is just wrapped around in your shoulder blade.
Does he use the word nuke?
No. Not after his time spent with Clowntown. Dawn will come. You may all benefit from a short rest if you need to. I think Antoine would use his to get spells back. I think he's had 3 now, so I'm going to do that for him real quick.
We need. Oh, there you go. Keep rolling high. Yeah.
Antoine.
I kind of wish I was damaged so I could roll with my new fancy necklace.
I just
Yeah, you know how many times I rolled with that? Like twice. And all when I was at like 75 hit points.
If anyone is down hit dice, remember that you gain 1 back after completing a short rest.
Yeah.
How you
got
doing
one
there?
back after
Corin?
2 days.
Corin,
We've
how you
rested
doing?
like 4 days,
I'm
right?
3 out of 8 now, so
Okay.
Okay.
a little low, but not out.
Sounds good.
Right.
Okay.
Well, seems like this trip has already been a success, as we now have an ally in our mission. And more power to achieve it.
Indeed.
Ah, yes, an ally that may explode. Ah, great.
Weapons are weapons for a reason.
Angela, why did the other one explode?
Something countdown. Something she died like a dog to a bunch of birds, and it sort of activated on its own.
Oh, Terry, maybe you should take this thing then? And Coralie will give Terry the periaptive wound closure.
I don't know, if you wish.
That's very
Yes.
nice.
I believe
prefer
that
my
is an
companions not
attunement
explode
item,
in my face.
if I remember correctly.
It is.
Okay, so you'll have to spend
Better
time
fucking
attuning
be.
to it. But
We're
no
resting,
big
so.
deal. Please add it to your character sheets or subtract it if you had it. And you guys head further south. Where you will realize that this big ass lake is not as described on this map. It is actually kind of, how do I say this? Off a little, because it's missing a center or let me start on a macro level. This lake is rather large. In dimensions, it's nearly 8 miles in diameter. In the center of this island, in the center of this lake, there is an island that is currently forested and covered by snow. This island is... John has to check the diameters itself. Small in comparison. It's less than a mile in terms of, like, width. Or in diameter. It's maybe, like, 2,000 feet diameter, and it's kind of spherical or rounded. So when you guys follow into this tributary's lake, into the lake where this tributary leads, whew, John's having trouble tonight, guys. His medicine's kicking his ass. You will see this in the distance, maybe 3 or 4 miles away. You would have left during the day itself, because you don't want to waste too much time, and Sever's just sitting in a trunk, or in his trash can.
This is a nice little coffin-shaped trash can.
Yeah.
Well,
What's the plan? Your ley line rods are still pointing that direction towards this island.
okay.
Can we kind of go around the island and see if the ley lines, if the rods turn to follow it?
For sure.
We were looking for signs of leeches. I'm not sure if we would see anything. If we see any, like, tracks
Give
or something
me
along
a
the
perception check, Zach.
edge. Sure. Because we were wondering if the leeches might have been here. That was the reason for coming here.
Yeah.
24.
So as soon as you get out of the tributary and into the greater lake, you're going to notice some things. One, this lake gets considerably deeper. Your 10-foot poles, what you're using to propel the barge isn't cutting it anymore. You're actually going to need to row this thing. Obviously, this thing is prepared to be paddled out of still water anyway. So there's at least 2 paddles on hand. You still have the rudder. In theory, you can jury-rig a sail as well, but that's going to be a pain in the ass. You seek out leech sign, and sure enough, Thatch, as you get deeper and deeper into this lake, on the southwestern side, so to your right, if you're looking southward, you will see that there are indeed these singular black forms that are lurking around this tree, like the tree line surrounding it, dipping into and out of the water. They're scattered. They aren't seemingly organized at all, but they are here. They are present.
I'll let everybody know. Leeches on the island.
Try not to take a fight. We need to land our barge as soon as possible.
To the southwest part of the island. Do we skirt around the island and check, like, on the northeastern side, check the ley line and come in from the opposite end? From the northeast side?
I think we need to get off the water. Or at least I probably should.
Yeah. But if we're going to go to the island to investigate, we'll eventually have to sail there.
I'm sorry. I did not say on the island. I meant, like, on the lake coast. So,
sorry, we're in the island.
Okay.
We're
I'm
on
sorry.
the lake now.
Yeah, you're on the lake. You just came out of the tributary. There's apparently a lake here in the dead center of it.
Yep.
And on this side of the actual lake are signs of those black forms that are easy to see during the day and probably impossible during the night.
Are they very far, those the leeches we see?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're as far away.
Miles.
Yeah.
I mean, we're at the mouth of the tributary. They're on the opposite, like, western coast of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a
Okay, they're
lake
not
and
within
island.
bow range.
No.
So I say I say we sail to the eastern side of the lake and along the edge for a little bit, or row, check to see if the ley line turns and points towards the center, and then investigate the island and make sure we get off the
There's
island before
the
nightfall.
lake. Sorry, there is an island in the center of this lake?
Yes, there
Island
is
is-
an
Yes.
island.
Okay.
You want to be on the barge at night?
No, I want to investigate the island now. What time of day is it? It's like decently
It's
early, or is it
the late afternoon. I mean,
afternoon?
We have
in
time.
terms of... I mean, you guys stopped, like, right here on the map.
Yeah, okay.
Is where I
So
had
if
it.
it's late afternoon, we should get on there, investigate.
So you spent
and then
half your
try to-
travel distance. Yeah, it's getting closer to nightfall.
All right, so we probably want to be off that island before nightfall, or we're going to be stuck there. So we should go sail a little bit to the east and then investigate now, and then try to get off and go to the eastern side of the lake at night.
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
with this.
Okay. Let's divert for maybe half a mile to the east after we come out of the tributary and see if the ley line points at the island or if it points further south beyond.
You guys start to pivot along the eastern shore, going a little bit north. Just due to the length of this ley line. For the first time, it will actually begin to divot quite wide. So as Fen's holding it, it used to just be still. But now that you're much closer, it is going in an arc, left and right. So it is now basically covering the island up to, like, the ground.
So the island is sitting on top of the ley line. If I'm, like, reading these well enough.
I mean, it's in that
Right,
direction.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
snapping it back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
All right, then I say we divert and go to the island.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, directly to it.
Okay. You start to head straight south.
Yes.
Again, your ley line rods will continue to do this, but now more rapidly as you get closer and closer to this island. A little bit before it, they will just begin to circle in your hands. So your forearms are out, your hands are out, you're holding these little pulls to more... the rods are shooting outwards and just helicoptering in your loose grip.
Oh shit, it's on the water, not on the island?
Sever, you don't know how big ley lines are.
Gotcha. Okay.
You may have just hit the edge of one.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh,
This
it's
is
the
all-
island.
Let's go to the island.
Okay.
Nothing bad ever happens on islands.
Corwin,
Perfect.
Let me ask
about
the-
all
let
of
me
the
ask the
drowned
team.
sailor stories. The
let me
shipwreck.
ask. Let me ask the team as we approach. Do we want to get on there and just pull the barge up on land all the way?
Yeah,
This
definitely.
is the lake
All the way?
Yeah, all the
There's-
way.
far enough that it's not sitting towards the water. If this is the ley line, this may be where we spend the night.
Oh, this.
That was one of our goals, was it not?
Yes.
Yes, we should try to camouflage it if we can too.
I agree.
Okay.
Timur has a tiny hut, but we should also see if almost definitely the leeches are here for a reason, right? See if there are any leeches on the island.
Yeah, well, we'll investigate the island before it hits nightfall. So we still have some time.
There's a chance they're avoiding the island or just watching it.
One of the two.
Or is there something bigger and scarier on the island and they don't want to come here?
It could be there's something here that they're trying to get or get to that they're struggling with.
That's a good point.
As you guys
Distractions.
continue to approach this island, I have to interject. Fuck you, Satch.
You're good. Go.
The water around the lake itself, maybe around 200 feet from this island, but almost as soon as your dowsing rods begin to spin, takes on a much different coloration. It is clear here, almost translucent. You can see all the way down to the bottom of the lake with how clear and crisp this water looks. It is strange because you know it must be much deeper than what it appears through your sight. After all, you're rowing across this lake right now. It's not... You cannot reach the bottom with your massive poles. Someone just snicker at massive pole. Was that you, Severn?
Oh my god.
You son of a bit. Yeah, it's your massive shaft of wood. Okay. You hit the shoreline of this lake. There is a little jumping up you need to do. This thing is kind of lipped. It's elevated out of the lake just slightly. Normally you'd expect it to like have a little lead up to it, but instead it's like curved off and like concaved out. So if you're like in the lake water, you actually cannot reach the lip of the lake. You just hit the bottom of it. But you are humanoids and one of you can fly, so this isn't going to be an issue. It might be an issue to get your boat on, though.
We got rope, we can tie it to a tree at least.
Yeah.
Barge is, yeah. It's heavy, but we can secure it. That's good.
you
Let's
wanting-
bring our barrel of loot. Oh, we can barrack it on the island.
True.
We'll never come back for it.
Just for the night?
But we should actually.
Dude,
What
buried
happens if you
treasure on a
charge-
fucking island? Hell yeah.
What happens to magically charged metal when it sits in a ley line for long enough?
We all look at Antrois, who doesn't have Arcana.
He does
I
not. Give me an Arcana check. It will be high. Okay, well,
damn.
that's a 10. I didn't want to give you false hope. You know, ley lines to you, Fen, a guy who grew up in the non-magical Ugarest, they're like wives' tales. You're like, okay, this is like shorthand for super magic in like shitty fantasy books. So you don't actually know if ley lines were even real until you had these apparent dowsing rods which detect ley lines.
Yeah. I'm
which
still
are
gonna
still
bring, like,
spinning and helicoptering. You feel like you can put this away.
I want to bring a bit of gold with me just to see if something happens.
I'm told that you're bringing 30,000 gold pieces. Is
Oh, we
this
are taking the
incorrect?
whole barrel?
Oh, yeah. We're not going to
Okay.
leave the barrel on the barge. If we lose the barge, we can just swim, but if we lose the gold, we're screwed.
Okay.
Wait,
Look,
that doesn't
Thatch,
sound right.
I'm not good at being a bard. I don't know when to fucking bardically inspire myself before I make rolls that are
Honestly,
unprompted.
I don't even know if you're allowed to bardically inspire yourself.
I
think
don't
you have
know
to
if
do
you
it
can
differently.
either. I don't
I
play
think-
with
I'm
a
not
lot
sure
of
that's
bards.
great either. But
No, you
it's similar
can't
to being
unless
blind,
you're a
it's all fun
certain
and shit.
type, I think.
Okay.
Alright, so we are taking all of our gold and our food and our water barrels onto the island, and we have found a place to tie up our barge, or do we still need to look for a place to it?
No, there's trees on this thing. If you have adequate rope, like, do you have like 100 feet of rope between you all?
I got 50.
Does
All right.
Antoine have
Well,
rope?
Antoine has rope. I'm told.
Okay.
I am told Antoine has rope. Antoine does not have rope. What the fuck?
Wouldn't the barge
Who
have some
said
sort
that
of-
he had rope?
Wouldn't the barge have some sort of anchor or something? That's
Because-
Yeah,
tied
it
with
has
the
an
rope?
anchor. If you want to like roll that up and throw that onto shore and then tie off
There we
whatever
go.
remains. Okay, perfect.
There we go.
I mean, I can walk pretty fast in water with this sword now, so Antoine can water breathe in me, and I
You
can
want to go
literally
all the way to the
under-
bottom?
Well, I prefer not to, but if I have to, I can.
Okay.
Sounds like we
Yeah.
figured it out.
He can.
You figured it out. With Terry able to literally walk up air, you can pull people up, you can carry them if they're light enough, your arm hurts, but no big deal. You all head onto this great untouched lake.
God, my arm hurts so much it feels like it could explode.
Don't even joke about that.
No, that's pretty funny though.
That is pretty funny.
I saw illusions about the result of the last one. It was
Thanks,
horrible.
Antoine gets PTSD.
True. He just goes silent. He's in shock.
He's
Ah.
jealous.
you all head up onto this lake, and I guess you're just gonna go exploring. Or are you leaving your treasure right here in the lip? Or are you burying it? What's going on?
We're going to walk 56 paces north from the boat to the trees that are crossed like an X. Then we're going to turn east, walk 40 paces that way to the little hump of dirt that shouldn't be there, and then we're going to bury it under the hump of dirt.
Okay. That will take you... well, it's going to take somebody 30 years to find it so that someone else's son can discover it later, if I remember Treasure Island correctly. You... you can secure your loot and hide it as night falls and Sever can come out of the trash can.
Since Antoine is like so in shock, can you do tiny hut here and we can go exploring?
Why don't you all explore together?
Sure.
Okay.
First thing I want to do as we explore, I want to do a little ritual beforehand of detect magic. Just gonna be railing the harmonica for a while.
All, as you finish this, and they have to dig a hole anyway, so it's no big deal, you can just knock it out. The air around you is magical. The trees, magical. The snow, magical. Finn, you are surrounded in magic right now. And it is not of any school. It is not even of Alteration, the school that derives all other schools from. This is just plain Jane magic.
This is like pure magic to my brain.
This is arcane energy in its purest form.
Which is odd. It's not moving. Isn't like it doesn't seem to be moving erratically or like in a dangerous fashion. It's just existing.
It exists. It's imbued in everything here. Which
wait, can we snap branches?
What?
Yeah, I know what he's thinking.
There was this place where everything was magical, and we couldn't even break the branches of the trees.
What were you saying, John?
Well, you, Alden, know that this is not how arcane magic is supposed to be. It does not.
I'm trying to see if Fen can figure it out.
I mean, you're Arcana proficient. You know how. You should know how arcane energy normally works. This is like a fundamental.
Fen just kind of falls to his knees out of the sheer beauty of this magic just fucking everywhere.
As he falls to his knees, Coraline is still digging. She looks over and she's like, "Ah, yes, it's very exhilarating." And she's got this big smile on her face as she's digging the hole for the loot.
Coraline, as you are digging, who's helping Coraline? Out of curiosity.
I can help if it's nighttime.
The one with the dig speed.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I do want
to dig like a dog.
Okay. As you guys are watching, and I swear I'm trying to get the sentence out, guys, you will see strange creatures you've never seen in your life before. There are floating, translucent snakes that are literally just going around, seeming to slither in the wind or through the air and like attach themselves to trees and bite into them and just gorge themselves on the arcane energies where they expand and grow bigger and then fly off a little bit. It is strange watching this bipedal bird. Many of you would notice it as an ostrich if ostriches managed to not all become extinct damn near immediately when the spirit beast showed up.
Didn't they see spirit beast ones?
Yeah.
Spirit beast ostriches. Oh.
There are spirit beast ostriches in the world, but these are just regular creatures. They are of multicolored variation. They are of literally every color of the rainbow. just in different shades, seemingly at random. Their feathers are multicolored, beautiful. They are a strange, beautiful bird that come up to you brazenly, as if they do not know any better, that they are a prey animal, and look at you, and then peck at you kind of harmlessly just to see what you are, and will then fuck off in boredom. It's snowing here, and who would be surprised when just a rolling snowball, quite literally, just growing and growing and growing, then shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, just past you all. There are just weird things here.
I don't want to leave.
You finish burying your barrel within the cold dirt,
The
and then
leeches
go
aren't
off
here for some reason.
to explore the island? Question mark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just get going. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna bite a tree because I thought of. Hold on.
If ever you bite into the bark of a tree, your fangs do not find any tangible purchase. You can't get to the beautiful flesh beneath.
Okay, well that's bullshit. Trees aren't real, guys.
You want to peel some bark and make this a fucking thing? Is that what you're wanting to do?
Nah, I'm just trying to figure out if this thing will give me a long rest. Hey, let's keep exploring.
Okay. You guys keep exploring, heading deeper, kind of at random. Just going into it. This island is 2,000 feet in diameter. It is round enough to be considered a circular object. So you don't need to explore much when you... or you don't need much time to explore when you find a scene of a clearing that John has to make sure that is a correct thing. Wow, okay. John will just go ahead and show you what he sees and what he's been looking at this entire time. We go to this massive, fuck huge map. This map is huge. It is one of John's bigger maps. When you pass these trees, these big pines that are covered in just frost and snow, you will see a pool of steam coming out of the ground. Snow is falling down gently during this day. It is still winter after all, but there is clearly warm grass growing in a ring about 30 feet off of its edge. The steam quickly dissipates as soon as it hits the just air. You know, it goes maybe like 20 feet up before being blown apart by the wind. Yeah. You guys are coming at it from this angle here at the north. So take that as you will. I could drag your tokens onto it if you want, but I mean, there's seemingly nothing to interact with yet. I just wanted to bring you to this map to give you a little art flare.
Fen wants to head toward the water.
Yeah, Sever wants to know if he's getting a really strong repelling feeling, like in Thorazor.
At this forest edge, where your character token isn't even on the map, no.
Yeah. Okay, 1 sec.
I move up
Let's
with
get
Fen.
Alright,
Yeah,
Fen
me too.
starts walking up. Sever, you don't need to drag anything. Do you just walk up with him?
I'll walk up with him.
Yep. Same here.
Yep.
Okay. You all start to feel your mood, maybe just your energy levels increase. You've been having a rough go of this. Emotionally, many of you are frazzled. Coraline, you know, you lost your airship. Terry, you just got scalded by a fucking demon from hell. Or at least an Ulathaean from hell. Not the funnest of adventures you're on right now. But as you, like, breathe in this pure air, this arcane energy infusing in you, you cannot help but feel in your physiology better. you all head up to this lake within the lake. And Sever, you are going to hit that grass, and you are going to be like frozen still as you comprehend something that no one else is currently aware of. To you, right now, you feel like you are in the most danger you could possibly ever be in. Ever. This feels as if you are about to jump into the ocean. And you watch as everyone else, seeming not to notice this, continue to walk towards this lake.
Whoa, stop, you guys. Whoa, stop.
I don't.
Fen is just a bitch. He's just
No,
like,
Fen
I
is
don't
still
heed my vampires or allies.
And his detecting magic and seeing this and going toward it. He's basically blocking everyone else out because this is the most beautiful thing he's ever seen.
Okay.
There's something here, and everything is telling me not to move forward. And I don't. I mean, you don't feel it?
Feels kind of nice, actually. Anybody else?
Yeah, invigorating, one might say. Ben, be careful, please.
Fen's already at the edge of the lake.
Mm-hmm.
You are at the edge of this lake, Fen. And much like, well, kind of, it is clear. And as you look down, thinking you will see the bottom of this lake, all you see is darkness. It is very, very deep. That is what you immediately notice as you stare virtually into a bottomless pit. Snow floats here. It does not melt within the water.
Fen will begin to undress and take a step in the lake.
Oh god, Ben, that's a really bad idea. I think. I don't know if that's the best.
Hand me that crystal ball, Fen.
Not listening. He's doing it.
Well, he can't carry the crystal ball with his... if he's going buck nude in the cold lake.
Fair enough. I'll give it to Antua.
Into his undergarments. He's not fucking going balls out.
You're going balls out, Fen. That's what I heard.
Alright, Fen's butt-ass naked going into the lake.
He strips his winter garb, guys.
Duty still hovering on his shoulder.
This is weird, dude, he says.
You said you want to see the world.
God damn it.
Man.
He mutters.
Like,
That's his nickname
I
for
was
it.
getting shivers,
The world.
Like, I really don't think that's a good idea.
What do the rest of you do as Fen starts to strip?
Fan, maybe we should test with something else before your naked butt? Hand me a water skin. Mine are all
Fen's
full.
getting in the lake.
I don't want to touch them.
I'll put my hand on Coraline's shoulder and say, "You can't."
Fen,
stop
roll
chaos."
hotness right now.
What is it? I forget what it is.
It's 3d6. Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, you're completely average. You're an average elf boy. Or half-elf boy.
If only I was a horse.
True. You are half the hotness of your horse character.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Does Fen have long hair?
Like down to right here.
I grab him a
crazy.
handful to try to stop him.
You grab his hair to stop him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. I just know that's a bad idea.
Alright.
Fen,
We should find out what happens.
Absolutely. Fen just swats her hand away.
I'll let him go.
Thatch, Terry, you're awfully quiet.
You can't stop chaos when chaos wants to pursue their goals.
I mean,
Watch it.
obviously something is calling to
Really?
Fen, you know. If he's drawn to his destiny here, then so be it.
Okay.
We
Maybe ask your
completely
little rock.
lose the lilac.
Antwa also begins to strip, and
And not you too, Antwa.
well, we'll find out what Antwa does and see witnesses you in the light of the moon, about to step into a pool of water you believe potentially has no bottom to it. Next time on City States of Klovisa, semicolon dash, the God War. Sorry, Thatch, but you're going on vacation, and you don't get to see what happens live, unfortunately.
But I do, John, because I'm getting back Friday or Saturday morning. I will probably be here next week.
Oh!
Not a full guarantee,
JC, you
that's
liar! You said he wouldn't show up!
2 weeks ago, I said I
Hey?
wasn't going to be here,
What?
and then I changed, and I
No,
told you on
gaslighting.
Wednesday I'd likely be here.
Oh,
You forgot.
yeah. Well then, we will all find out what happens next time on City States of Klovisa, semicolon dash,
What?
the God War. Guys, thank you all so much for joining me on this lovely night. Anything you guys want to shout out or say?
Kill your player
Kinda
characters. Just do it.
Yeah,
Just do
kill
it.
him. Just fucking kill him.
I'm kind of sad that Coraline's no longer the most chaotic and unpredictable one in the group.
Okay. Well, if nothing else, I'll be on Greg Hansen's tomorrow at, I want to say 1:30 CST to whenever the fuck. Until it ends. I don't know if he's still doing marathon games. I really hope he isn't. Because that day's Father's Day, and I'm going to go see Top Gun with somebody's dad.
Somebody's.
I haven't figured out who it
Wait.
is, but that dad is going to see Top Gun with me.
Oh, that sounds like a threat to somebody. I hope you guys have fun. My dad.
Alrighty. See you guys later. And as always,
See you.
don't die. Woo! He said the line. He said the line.